Bro, where's my chat? Oh my god, something went wrong. Stupid fucking monkey, bro. Show me my chat. YouTube.com is blocked. Error blocked by response. YouTube refused to connect. What? What is going on? We're not back. What the fuck, dude? Oh my god. Error. What are these stupid errors? Oh my god, there's no chat today. I'm so sorry. There's no oh my god. No chat on screen today. There's no chat on screen. There's actually no chat on screen. I am so sorry. Oh my god. What can I do to put chat on screen? Oh my god. What is this stupid ass fucking Houdini ass magic trick going on? Why is my internet deciding? Ugh, it's not even my internet anymore. Why is YouTube having a stroke right now, bro? Go back to your old chat. No, I can't. Like, my chat don't even load, bro. Like, chat ain't even loading. Look, let me show you. Like, I can't even pop out chat and then copy paste chat and then like put it on the thing, you know? Oh my, I can see chat on OBS, but like, okay, don't get pissed off, easy. Don't get pissed off. I'm gonna say my real name. Don't get fucking pissed off, easy. I'm not trying to stall. Literally, fucking. Make sure nothing showed. What does that even mean? What does that even mean? What do you mean? My god. What can I do? Guys, help me out. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Close YouTube. Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. I think I figured it out. Wait, I figured out the chat problem right there. I instantly, I think chat problem, I figured it out. I think I was on the second channel. Please tell me that's what it was. Create, go live. Is that what it was? Was it because I was on the second channel? Oh, thank God. Okay, chat's back. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. We are back. We're so fucking back. We are back. We're back. Chat is back. We're good. We're back. Woo! Oh, Lord, hallelujah. Okay. Okay. I'm so fucking mad now. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ah, no more. I will never fucking stall. Oh, I know. Don't worry. We're gonna start reading the chat, the Dunkwa. We gotta catch up with the Dunkwa. I know. Holy fucking shit, man. Perseverance. It's all mental game. Do not get mad. Do not get mad, easy. Do not get mad. Be one with the wind. Be one with nature. All right, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're fucking back. We're good. We're good. Bop, bop, bop. We're good. We're back. Woo. Okay, now let's copy paste chat. Put chat up here, and we just go straight into it. God damn, man. Fucking Lord of the fucking storms, man. God damn. Now, we're gonna start stream. Stream has started. We're recording. I swear to God. Did we pause? Please tell me we pause recording. Okay, I can pause and play. Woo! We're back, baby! Let's read our second damn chapter for today. Chapter 1374 after 40 minutes of being live. Oh my goodness. Chapter 2 for today. Woo! We are back. We are back. Let's go right into it. 1374 Trojan Horse of Destiny. All right. God damn, I'm already so fucking tilted. All right, these are my new times. My new timestamps are so fucking screwed. I shouldn't have deleted that. Let's just, our new timestamps, I'll just put it right here from the point of this video. We'll just, no, it's not new stalling tactic. I'm estimate my timestamps by just adding 10 minutes. Just gonna add 10 minutes. Chapters are gonna be off. God damn. have fun editing. I don't want to have fun. I don't. God damn, man. 40 minutes and we only have chapter 2. I know! My God, what the fuck do I do now? Let's just do new timestamps. God damn, I literally gonna have to go back and do all this while I'm watching Wicked with my girl today. She's gonna be so fucking mad. Put your fucking phone down. I was like, man, I'm editing my fucking video. I'm almost done. Hold up. Let me finish. God damn. Fucking why today of all days, man? Like, why? Why? What in carnations did I do? What really happened is Easy did all that himself so he could stall more. Hell yeah, we did. Imagine. No, I just did it 1.5. I just put 1.5. So this is still part 1. We just edited stream, so now the first stream, the one of 2 streams, now it's just 1.5. So this is still part 1. The other stream that lasted 40 minutes, that was 1.5. That was part 1.5. All right, chat 1374 is called Trojan Horse of Destiny, brothers and sisters. Looking at the half full in the huge stone chair, I need to take a breather. Oh my God. Looking at the half full in the huge stone chair, the scenes from before, as well as the relevant scenes of the nation of the Evernight flashed through Klein's mind. This evoked thoughts in him. He didn't know much of the Antigonus. In fact, he almost had lost control because of the ravings of his Hornicus Fligera. Therefore, he did. I'm sorry, are we going up against him? Is this the finale? With Antigonus? Huh. Music change. At the end of the chapter, Roasted Archipelago, and I don't forget. Looking at the half full of the huge stone chair, the scenes from before were as relevant as the scenes of the nation of the Evernight flashed through Klein's mind. This evoked thoughts in him. He didn't know much about Antigonus. In fact, he had also almost lost control because of the ravings of his Hornicus Fligera. Therefore, he didn't feel any sympathy at this moment, as best some form of empathy. The lingering memories were undoubtedly one of the best memories of the past. Even though he was born extraordinary, Antigonus seemed to be deeply fond of the small, peaceful, and isolated nation. Klein slowly exhaled as he looked away from the man with his thick, black, sharp beard, and his gaze landed on the huge stone chair to the side. A book made of thin, yellow brass was quietly placed there. It kept having the mercury-colored lines of rules being suppressed on it. 002 Turnitus Brass Book. Using power similar to grafting to complete the seal. Yes, it seems to have... Oh, we've talked about 002 before. Yeah, 002 was mentioned before. Yes, Turnisit Brass Book was the real name. I forgot what was the old name that was first mentioned, but this was the real name. Yes, it seems to have gone a step further. Not only is it beginning directly connected to the end, but in beginning, I understood that reference. It almost sounded like beginning after the end. Beginning directly connected to the end, but the intelligence of the Turnisid Brass Book had also fooled, allowing it to be ignored in the middle parts that had been skipped and not making attempts to change things. It just keeps repeating actions over and over again. Klein glanced at 002 and muttered to himself in thought. This made him have some guesses about the abilities of the fool. Without thinking further, Klein got the attendant of the mysteries, Marionette, to graft the starting point to the end point and walked to the huge stone chair and picked up the Turnisit Brass Book. On one hand, this was to eliminate any possible interference. On the other hand, he was trying to test out the Antigonus' current condition. Seeing that the half-full was still sleeping and unable to escape from his eternal darkness, Klein heaved a sigh of relief. He made his marionette take the Turnisid Brass Book and retreat to the entrance of the palace to wait for him. The reason he didn't allow his avatar to retrieve the Great Zerald artifact was that he was worried that the Turnisid Brass Book, which had a certain connection with a Sephira, would be able to produce passive negative effects, turning through critical moments that he was accommodating the full uniqueness. This might lead to the situation developing in a terrible direction. When it came to avoiding the negative effects of the sealed artifact, marionettes were definitely better than avatars. This was also why Klein didn't bring the Staff of Stars. He couldn't place a time bomb beside him. Usually it was fine. He could rely on this level status and abilities so as to forcefully suppress the Staff of Stars. But in the process of accommodating the full uniqueness, he would be very weak. He couldn't interfere with the people and things around him. Any mistakes could cause him to lose control on the spot to deal with the situation of Sephira Castle being sealed, thus causing him to be unable to use its powers. Klein had no choice but to bring a sealed artifact that could provide teleportation powers. Therefore, he chose Creeping Hunger. And you guys gaslit me so hard saying we lost it. Good thing you can just do void projections. Therefore, he chose Creeping Hunger. At that moment, Klein felt the glove on his left hand tremble while facing a Kings of Angels that controlled a uniqueness. He then used his right hand to caress Creeping Hunger and whispered whispered jokingly, "Don't worry, you're just a projection from the historical void." Don't worry. Using this method to ease his taut nerves, Klein surveyed the area and confirmed that there was nothing else he needed to do. Immediately after that, he placed his hand on his chest and bowed deeply to Antigonus. When he straightened his body and lifted his head, a complicated, mysterious, illusionary brand appeared on his forehead. This brand was like a strange door of light that was tainted with hints of bluish black. It constantly emitted a feint of grayish white fog. Klein milking creeping hunger so much. And you guys say I milk this series. Come on. And the next second, Klein reached out his right hand, although it wasn't too far away, not was it too close. He continued Antigonus' body within his fingers. His finger quickly closed, and with a twist of his hand, he completed the theft. He obtained nothing. This attempt failed. Klein wasn't depressed. He once again began stealing Antigonus' identity, fate, and self-awareness. I'm sorry, knowing this level, wouldn't it be really hard to steal it? I thought it'd be impossible for Creeping Hunger to do something at this level. Although he was already Kings of Angels, his powers in stealing came from Sephira Castle. Oh, okay. His powers in stealing came from Sephira Castle, from Sephiroth. At present, he was only at Sequence 1, while Antigonus had been corrupted by the Lord of the Mysteries, a Kings of Angels that was accommodated the uniquenesses. There was still an obvious difference between the two. Therefore, even if Antigonus, and just to be sure, he was the half-fool, right? Correct? That was his title, the half-fool Antigonus. Therefore, even if Antigonus had entered a temporary state of eternal slumber and was unable to resist, Klein suffered failure many times. Oh, shit. He wasn't nervous or disappointed in such a situation. This was something he had expected previously. After all, as long as the theft wasn't completed, the Evernight Goddess wouldn't dispel the concealment effect that let the Fate here interact with the real world. There wouldn't be any external interference either. Klein had plenty of time and a stable environment to continue his attempts. She's gonna feel like hundreds of times, right? After failing countless times, Klein suddenly had a flash of inspiration and predicted something. Klein was not depressed. Could never be me. Could never be me. After failing countless of times, Klein suddenly had a flash of inspiration and predicted something. He reached out his right hand again, closed his fingers, and twisted them gently. Suddenly, he felt something invisible leave Antigonus' body and floated towards him. At the same time, an indescribable river of light with countless I cannot read. Oh my god, chapter... Dude, I am too fucking excited today. At the same time, an indescribable river of light with countless distributaries appeared in front of him. The illusionary river continued to flow forward, drowning one oh my god, the fucking word came up. Distributary after another. Oh my god, fucking Lord of the Storms. Oh my goodness, holy Evernight. Allowing them to become part of the main river. This was a symbol of fate. It also had many different images, such as slowly rotating segmental wheels, or a giant serpent that had its head and tail connected. But dude, I know, man. Holy shit. Just like chapter 1. Holy shit, dude. Bro praying to Leodero. At that moment when fate was swapped, Klein saw the River of Light. And the next... River of Light? What is the River of Light? I'm sorry. And the next second, fragmented images and scenes appeared in Klein's mind. An 8-legged demonic wolf who had just been born was sprawled on the hill. Amidst the thick and black short fur on its body, transparent and distorted maggots crawled about. He was the youngest son of the ancient god Flagera. The youngest son of the ancient god Flagera? A natural mythical creature. At that moment, he was looking at his sister, brother, and a portion of his clansmen playing amongst corpses. He despised the crude methods that employed when dealing with their prey. He believed that they should be hoisted up for slow, refined enjoyment to match their status. I am so fucking excited, bro. Let me refresh OBS up here so I can see chat. We're good. Yeah, no, I'm following. I'm just too excited today. And then I got so fucking mad because we had so many technical issues right there. Holy shit. Like, it doesn't matter for stream. Like, stream would have been okay. But, like, the VOD just would have been corrupted if I kept going. Like, the VOD just would have been corrupted. And I wouldn't even be able to go back and, like, do nothing to it. Like, it would have been corrupted. Like if I were to record all 8 chapters, probably only, like, the first 30 minutes would be recorded. Because that's what happened once. So I was like, fuck it. Let me just end, restart stream. But, like, now pause and play button work. This demonic wolf that could be called a subsidiary god was most... Oh, yeah, their children would be subsidiary gods. This demonic wolf that could be called a subsidiary god was most afraid of his father, the powerful, terrifying, crazy, ancient god. Although Flagera had already produced many children through instinctual mating, removing plenty of his bionic characteristics, it was uncontrollable with no way to guarantee progress. Therefore, he was still crazy, cruel, bloodthirsty, and filled with an instinct for destruction. He had even killed several descendants. I'm sorry, Flagera killed his own descendants? This demonic wolf who could create miracles and fulfill all kinds of wishes, chase... I'm sorry, but what does he... Wait, no, what did you read just now? I don't even know what I'm reading right now. I'm too mad that we had so many technical issues right now. Flagera was like the Red Devil for reals. He had even been killed several descendants. This demonic wolf who could create miracles and fulfill all kinds of wishes chased after him, his prey biting or killing them, thus enjoying a state of pure happiness. He didn't have a deep impression of his subsidiary gods of his father Flagera. By the way, I was lying. Don't worry. I was lying. I know. Don't worry. I lied. See you around, Loveland. He's a mad ancient god. He made children out of instinct to expel his characteristics. He doesn't like them and kills them whenever he wants. Oh, thank you. So I guess I didn't know. I was like, he's clearly mad. But I'm like, why does he kill him? Because he's mad. My dumbass. I'm so dumb. It's like, yeah, okay, he's mad, right? Like, he lost control. He's crazy. But I'm like, why would he kill them? For what purpose? Because he's mad. I'm like, oh, wait. It's literally in the writing. He didn't have a deep impression of the subsidiary gods of his father, Flagera. He clearly remembered that he hated the god of wishes, Kotor, even if he was also demonic wolf. Wow, it's been so long since I've read the word Kotor. God of wishes, Kotor, even if he was also a demonic wolf. Also, so just to be short, these demonic wolves are a species, right? Like the demonic wolf, and Flagera is just one of them. Also, he didn't like the god of death, Salinger. He found him gloomy, solitary, and that he exuded a rotting and distinguished aura. On the other hand, goddess of misfortune, Amnesis, met the beauty standards of both a demonic wolf and a human. She had a gentle personality and was very good at placating one's heart. She wasn't annoying, but this female subsidiary goddess rarely appeared. She was always like a shadow. Amnesis was also one, hiding in a place that wasn't easily discoverable. Of course, the demonic wolf remembered that a few of his older sisters and brothers were rather against Amnesis, hoping to seize her position. Perfect fury. Not fury, but perfect fury. The demonic wolf witnessed his father's death, the death of a powerful ancient god, and saw the blood of the ancient god splattered all over the body of the goddess of misfortune, Amnesis. And in the chaos, the uniqueness and a sequence one bionic characteristic were pulled into her hands, so she took it. He and one of his sisters escaped the kingdom of the demonic wolves and hid everywhere. Without the protection, and I remember chapter change at the end of the chapter, right? Without the protection of his father, the demonic wolf and his sister realized that their former recklessness life wasn't normal. Pain and danger were present in everything. Finally, they crossed the sea and came to the northern continent. They established a concealed kingdom and uninhabited Hornicus mountain range. Okay, that would explain the Hornicus mountain range. He and his sisters didn't dare expose themselves. All they did was gather believers in a massive population. In the situation, he created the city of the dead that existed alongside a living nation, making the dead believers become his marionettes to complete an advancement ritual. Oh, so it was all in order to complete his advancement ritual. Although this period was filled with anxiety, it was the best time period in the memories of this demonic wolf, as he saw his sister have more and more believers and how his marionette town was becoming more complete. He seemed to have forgotten the troubles and dangers of the outside world and achieved the first peaceful time period since his birth. Under the influences of... Oh my god, there's so many he's and his, sometimes I forget who I'm talking about. Under the influence of the believers, he and his sister gradually gained some so-called humanity. After the cataclysm, he finally advanced to attend to the mysteries and turned himself into a human. With the last name of Antigonus, he left the Hornicus. So he actually became human? So he was actually a demonic wolf. After the cataclysm, he finally advanced to attend to the mysteries. And when he advanced to attend to the mysteries, he turned himself into a human. With the last name of Antigonus, he left the Hornicus mountain range and returned to the real world outside of the concealed kingdom. From this moment onwards, Antigonus' memories and knowledges became increasingly fragmented. Many times he even found himself a little unfamiliar. Yes, after he accommodated the fool's uniquenesses, the situation became worse. As the images flashed, Klein quickly came to realization. Klein came to realization? Wait, I'm not ignoring. Hold up, man. I am like... The Evernight Nation was his utopia city. Well, no, that's his ritual. Just like how Klein made Utopia, this is like his Utopia. That's his version. That's why he's turning everybody into marionettes. What the fuck, man? It's so weird. I never picked up on that. How like, or I don't know if that's ever been explicitly stated before. How a demonic wolf can just turn into a human. I don't think that's ever been revealed, right? Like, I know we talked about the whole shit of how like Evernight, it's technically like part of that species. I think you guys mentioned that, but I don't know if that was revealed at the time. So that kind of threw me off. So this is just his ritual to advance. But why the fuck is Klein saying this? As the images flashed, Klein quickly came to realization. I am Antigonus. I am the half... Wow. I am Antigonus. I am the half-full. He uses faceless powers. With a loud boom, angels can turn into humans? What the fuck? Has that always been stated? Like, I know it's like they have their... Well, shit. They have their... If they have their mythical creature form, they have their human form. Or are they just creating miracles? Not just demonic wolf. Every angel is a mythical creature. Oh, thank you. Okay, that's what I was thinking right now. Every angel is a mythical creature. They can change their form. Their true form is their... Oh, thank you. Their true form is a mythical creature form. And they can be in their human form. Klein is to keep their humanity. Oh my god, I am so all over the place, bro. I am like on this crazy ass adrenaline rush on top of being so mad at all these stream errors earlier. Holy shit, dude. Part 1 of the finale. This is the test stream for tomorrow's finale. Whew! With a loud boom, his body constantly changed. At times, he had black hair, brown eyes, and a scholarly air. A Klein Moretti who had fused with Zoe McGree's appearance. Occasionally, he had long white hair. What the fuck? Occasionally, he had long white hair and a thick black beard like Antigonus. Other times, he wore a dark black cloak that made it difficult to see his face. You guys gotta explain this right now. What the fuck? And this mysterious person constantly extended slippery tentacles to the side. At this moment, Klein's thoughts were extremely chaotic. His mental state was completely imbalanced. He was barely able to maintain his self-awareness under the impact of the two mental storms he tethered. At the same time, he'd received the fate of Antigonus losing control and was on the verge of collapse. A series of prayers rang out in his ears. Each and every word of praise was mixed together, forming an illusory image that joined the chaotic battlefield. Roasted Archipelago Bayum, the bell tower of the Church of the Fool. A young... Oh, wait. Music change, right? Roasted Archipelago. Music change right now. I already paused the video. I know. I already paused it. I remember you said when it was Roasted Archipelago. Did you understand all that about Phlegera was Antigonus his whole life from beginning to becoming the... No, yeah. So Antigonus was Phlegera. And then once he became attendant of the mysteries, that's when he made his human form, became Antigonus. What? No, that's what did you understand all that about Phlegera was Antigonus his whole life? Wait, I just read Romero's message. What? Antigonus, his Antigonus, his Phlegera. Wait, his Phlegera. Wait. Walk it back. Wait, he did say he saw his dad die. Wait. Walk it back. Antigonus is the son of Phlegera. Phlegera is the dad. Okay, I got it. Thank you, Alma. Alma, is that it? Did you change your name? Phlegera's son is Antigonus. Okay, whew, okay. We're good. No, right? Okay, well, let me put the song. Oh my god. You know what, dude? Tomorrow, I'm gonna go live an hour earlier just to test stream. And just so I can be nice, chill. So I'm gonna go live an hour early and just stall for an hour early just to kind of like walk and talk. Get ready. No, YouTube is showing everyone's government usernames. Your guys' real names. I'm sorry. That's funny. All right, let's keep going. Showing handles instead of names. I'll edit the stream. I was planning to go live like around 9, 10 a.m. my time. So I'm probably going to go live 3 hours earlier than the time I have on stream. Bit louder on RN, please. I got you, Cammy. Let me test, check. Well, let me put it at like half my volume. Klein just saw the whole life of Antigonus to become him. No, like all that. I mean, he's seeing all that through the historical void. Well, because he's still trying to steal it, right? But he's taking his own time because there's no outside interference. That was mentioned earlier. All right, let's keep going. Roasted Archipelago. Take a break, or you have a head. No, I'm good. I'm good right now. But I am gonna go live earlier tomorrow by like an hour. I'll change stream right now. Once we're done, I'll change stream so you guys see the real time. But I'm gonna do like a random test stream before, just to kind of ease myself into it. Oh man, because I was kind of rushed. I changed the stream time just to be ready, and then oh my god, I'll stop stalling. Let's get reading. Yeah, read slow. Roasted Archipelago Bayam, the bell tower of the Church of the Fool. A young man wearing a pointed... Okay, we're back with Amon. Is he going to be ringing the bell tower again? Roasted Archipelago Bayam, the bell tower of the Church of the Fool. A young man is going to loop the song. A young man wearing a pointed hat and a monocle suddenly appeared here and stood behind the railing, looking down at the entire city. Mr. Error Amon. Fuck him, man. He literally ruined our stream earlier, by the way. In the next second, he saw Bayam and the distant new city of Silver and New Moon City disappear as though some... What? And the next second, he saw Bayam and the distant new city of Silver and New... What the fuck did he do? And the New Moon City disappear as though someone had wiped them off the map with an eraser. How boring. Upon seeing the scene, Amon shook his head with a smile. He wasn't disappointed either. He only wanted to test if Klein or the Evernight Goddess had repaired the bug in this aspect. After striking the bell, he could be considered the... Oh, that's why he rung the bell? He wasn't doing it just to fuck around. There was an ulterior motive. After striking the bell, he could be considered the fool's angel of time to a certain extent. He could use this loophole to directly steal... He can do that? After striking the bell, I thought he was just fucking around. Okay, so there was some crazy significance behind that. After striking the bell, he could be considered the fool's angel of time to a certain extent. He could use this loophole to directly steal a portion of his anchors. Oh my god, if he doesn't have any anchors, it's GG. Such theft was of little value. No, but this was very useful at the critical moment of a ritual. Sudden decrease in the anchors would definitely tip its balance, causing Klein to lose control on the spot. Whoa, what the fuck? Amon then retracted his gaze and raised his hand to straighten the monocle on his right eye. It was as if the light from the stars suddenly lit up in the crystal monocle. Whoa! Wait, so where are they now? If they've been erased, where the fuck did they end up? Let me lower the volume. Wait, let me read your messages. Because in the Bible, the angel of... Wait. Because in the Bible, damn, you guys got all the stats already. You guys got all the lore. Because in the Bible, the angel of time rings the bell. I remember that part. Since Amon did it, he used that as a loophole. So, like, now he's technically a part of him. He used that as a loophole to be considered his angel of time, which he used to steal anchors. Evernight hid the city of Silver and Moon, so Amon can use as a loop as... Oh, okay. Thank you. Because I read the word concealed. I'm like, I'm sorry. We didn't say error. We said conceal. So was it Evernight or Amon? Evernight hid the city of Silver and the Moon, so Amon can use it as a hostage against Klein. Not erased, concealed. Evernight is protecting them. Okay. Angle. Okay. Evernight concealed him. Okay. For a second, I thought fucking Amon did something. All right. Next chapter. Ah, man. These fucking new timestamps are so scuffed, bro. It doesn't even matter what these timestamps are. 19... I'll be honest. I'm going to just ask ChatGPT. Like, ChatGPT, look at my timestamp and add exactly 13... Oh, I should have had the old timestamp up here. It was like around 15 minutes. Add exactly 15 minutes and 37 seconds to each video and show me how long they are. I need to do that because it's going to take so long going through it. Oh my god. I'm so mad at that fucking stream hiccup. Holy guacamole, man. Chapter 1375 is called Begin the Accommodation. I'm sorry, the accommodation of what? The uniqueness? Is that what that is? Thud, thud. The doors of Backland Trier, Lindbergh, and St. Millem open and close at the same time without a breeze. Inside a white tower in the headquarters, music at the end. At this moment of Forsaken Land, once we go Forsaken Land of Gods, music change. Got it. Thank you, Cammy. The doors of Backland Trier, Lindbergh, and St. Millem open and close at the same time without a breeze. Inside a white tower in the headquarters of the God of Knowledge and Wisdom, Luca, who was on duty underground, sensed that something was amiss and stood up abruptly. As a prophet, he actually sensed that something was happening. The elder... I need to raise the volume up, huh? I already know it. Lock in easy? I know. I'm reading slow right now. I'm reading extra slow right now. The elder in a brass-threaded white robe immediately used a mythical technique and arrived at the entrance of the underground area. He pushed the door open, however, the door that wasn't considered heavy to a demigod didn't bulge as though it was sealed by invisible force. Luca Brewster didn't attempt to forcibly open it and cast his gaze deep underground. There was silence, there was no sound. This is normal. Luca didn't need to rely on his beyond powers to determine the problem here. Usually in the deepest part of the ground, there would always be sounds that made people's hair stand on end. But now it was as if it had disappeared, as though it never existed. Others might not know, but as a high-ranking member of the Church of Knowledge, Luca knew that the voice came from an extremely terrifying sealed artifact that even he didn't know the exact details of. So it was impossible for it to be erased out of thin air. The current situation could only mean one thing. Either the sealed artifact had already escaped restrictions and entered a more bizarre state, or it had been sealed further, preventing it from affecting the outside world. Regardless of the possibility, it meant that there was an extreme danger. Why the fuck did I just read that on the bottom? I skipped the line. Son of a bitch. Regardless of the... What the fuck? We're actually getting 001. Regardless of the possibility, it meant that there was extreme danger lurking in the surroundings. This was because the sealed artifact number was 001. Oh shit, 001. Okay, what is it? At the top of Bam's remaining bell tower, the light and the Mon's... Oh, wait! I'm sorry. Is his molecule 001? Wait. No. Wait, hold up. Wait, I don't know what it is. Either the sealed artifact had already escaped the restrictions and entered a more bizarre state, or it had been sealed further. Well, I'm sorry. What the fuck is 001? Wait, they haven't said it yet, right? Wait. I'm getting too excited. Okay, let me read slow. Wow. I said I was going to read slow. I'm already getting hype. Regardless of the... We're actually getting 001. Regardless of the possibility, meant that there was extreme danger lurking in the surroundings. This is because the sealed artifact number was 001. At the top of Bam's remaining bell tower, the light on Amon's molecule gradually faded, returning to normal. I should raise the volume. Mr. Air hadn't held back from showcasing his new Beyond powers, doing so to make a statement to all the existences watching him. He had already accommodated the door's uniqueness and obtained the corresponding authority. He had used this opportunity to shut off everything related to the concept of a door in the entire world. You can do that? He had used this opportunity... The fuck did I just read? The concept of a door? What? He had used this opportunity to shut off everything related to the concept of a door in the entire world, greatly strengthening the effects of any seal. This caused the Orthodox churches and the secret organizations to be unable to seal items. To be unable to... Wow, that is so broken. To be unable to use sealed items for... Oh my god, this is so fucking cool. This caused the Orthodox churches and secret organizations to be unable to use sealed items for a short period of time because no one could remove the seal. Even if a true deity descended from the astral world, it would still take them a certain amount of time before they could break the restrictions. Therefore, Amon eliminated most Grade 0 sealed artifacts in the subsequent Battle of Gods. He no longer needed to consider the corresponding interference. Of course, such an authority wouldn't be able to influence the entire world for too long unless Mr. Air had pulled at his energy into this matter. It was precisely because of this that he didn't do it ahead of time. Only when he observed the disturbance in Klein's anchors did he suddenly act. What a little bitch. He waited until Klein was at his most vulnerable. The more powerful a Grade 0 artifact was, the more terrifying the negative effects would be. Okay, that makes sense. It was even more so for those that could be... Oh my god. for those that could produce effects at the level of a deity. Even a sequencer or a true deity might not be able to withstand it for too long. So even a true deity can't withstand a grade 0? Therefore, true deities wouldn't unseal them unless it was necessary. Otherwise, this would bring about an even greater disturbance to them, causing them to suffer a net loss. After doing this, Amon held up his palm and gently leaped up. Without the bearing of a true god, he sat on the railing at the top of the bell tower. As he gazed at the horizon out into the sea, he leisurely waited for the concealment to be removed. This was when Klein's ritual to accommodate the fool's uniqueness officially began. Holy shit, dude, he's gonna accommodate the full uniqueness. When that happened, he would strike the death knell for him. Oh, we haven't used death knell in a good while. And the concealed world of Evernight Goddess, he's talking about like the gun death knell. When that happened, he would strike the death knell for him. In the concealed world, the Evernight Goddess, under the repeated impact of the awakenings of the celestial worthy in heaven and earth for blessings, and Antigonus' self-awareness and mental... Whoa, so much is happening right now, bro. Yeah, okay, thank you. So he's dead. I was like, what the fuck does that even mean? Okay, okay. That's why I was like, what the fuck does the gun have to do with none of this? Okay, what? Because I was like, when that happened, he would strike the death knell for him. Because the only time we've ever wow, I'm stuttering so much. I'm all over the place. Because the only time I've ever read the word death knell was the gun. So I was confused. Okay, thank you. In the concealed world, the Evernight Goddess, under the repeated impact of the awakening of the celestial worthy in heaven and earth for blessings, and Antigonus' self-awareness and mental imprint, Klein's consciousness was like a sailboat in a storm. It would sometimes be thrown high while being struck down. At times it would suffer corrosion, and at times it would be slammed to the side. This made his thoughts turn extremely chaotic. He was about to split into two different personalities, known as Antigonus and the Lord of the Mysteries. I'm sorry, so are we going to get like two hymns now? At the same time, his avatar lost his rationality. It was in a state of about to collapse in a whirlpool of maggots. Only the marionettes remained standing in a daze due to the lack of any control. The prayers from their believers resounded in Klein's ears, forming a corresponding image of what he knew. This was like a dam that was resisting a surging flood. Klein wasn't too unfamiliar with such a situation. He had a similar experience after becoming an attendant of the mysteries and swallowing Zarathul's beyond her characteristics. Therefore, with the help of his anchors, he managed to survive the initial chaos. With great familiarity, he directed the self-awareness and mental imprint of Antigonus towards the awakening will of celestial worthy in heaven and earth for blessings. This caused both parties to corrode each other and be occupied with each other. The mind storm weakened a lot, finally giving Klein's self-consciousness a breather. Before he could calm down, he merely directed the image of him as a god formed by many... Before he could calm down, he merely directed the image of him as a god formed by many anchors into the two mental corruptions to struggle and try to find a new balance. However, this didn't go smoothly compared to before. The essence of Antigonus' mental imprint, resilience, and madness were clearly stronger than Zarathul's. So, Antigonus is outweighing Zarathul's. His madness was clearly stronger than Zarathul's. Okay, got it. After all, this was a Kings of Angels that accommodated the uniqueness and was known as the half-fool. Furthermore, Klein had also stolen the other party's identity and fate. This brought about two other negative effects. Bro, how many more negative effects can we take on, bro? I'm sorry, how is Klein? Dude, Klein is so fucking dead, bro. It's so fucking GG. There's no way he lives, bro. Furthermore, Klein had also stolen the other party's identity and fate. This brought about two other negative effects. His personality was constantly on the edge of disassociating from time to time. He would think that he was Antigonus attempting to fuse his mental imprint with his own mind. Having accepted the fate of Antigonus' loss of control, his entire body was collapsing uncontrollably. This brought about even more mental corruption. In addition, Antigonus' mental imprint and the awakened will of the celestial worthy in heaven and earth for blessings wasn't completely incompatible. Okay. In some aspects of their battle, they showed signs of fusing together. It was as if they originated from the same existence. This gave Klein preliminary confirmation as a natural mythical creature and man, bro, this series got so like man, like we've reached like a new plane, man. As a natural mythical creature, Antigonus was born with some of the celestial worthy's will. When he advanced with 10 of the mysteries, the problem suddenly became serious, causing him to undergo unexpected changes without him realizing it. By the time he managed to accommodate the fool's uniqueness, madness had already become another side of him. So is that like symbolically, Klein is, long story short, Klein is debuffing the debuffs? Thank you, Romero. That makes more sense. So in other words, so like is half white hair and half black hair like a physical representation of that? Is that what that means? In other words, before completely losing control, oh, and he's a half fool, so half black, half white hair, right? Because he took on like half of him and half of him. In other words, before completely losing control, Antigonus was already a mentally saturated monster to a certain monster to a certain level. His self-awareness and mental imprint were part of the celestial worthy in heaven and earth for blessings, and this was something that couldn't be separated by using theft. Compared to him, Zartul's mental imprint was much clearer. There was only a small portion that belonged to the celestial worthy in heaven and earth for blessings. Most of it came from Zartul's intense emotions on his deathbed. Oh, see, that makes more sense. The reason why the two were different was that apart from the fact that Antigonus had accommodated the fool's uniqueness, the former... Whoa, man, this is a little too much. Whoa, this is a long-ass chapter, too. The reason why the two were different was that apart from the fact that Antigonus had accommodated the fool's uniqueness, the former had become the attendant of the mysteries at the beginning of the fourth epoch. At the same time, the will of the celestial worthy had weakened to the state of it was during the late fifth epoch. Without being able to form a new balance, the speed of Klein's breakdown became faster and faster. More than half of his body was formed from transparent and distorted maggots, and he extended slippery and sinister tentacles into his surroundings. Recap another chapter if you want. Okay, thank you, man, because this is a little too much right now. Woo! But I know or at the music change, actually. Okay, when we have the music change. Just as he was trying his best to maintain his consciousness and not give up searching for a new balance, his collapsed body, Antigonus' crazy mental state, and the consciousness of the celestial worthy in heaven and earth for blessings all fell into a deep sleep. This caused all the changes to stop abruptly and return to normal. As for Klein's self-consciousness, he used his trait of resisting dreams and invasion of his mind to maintain his clarity of mind. That's right, the fate that I stole includes the fate of being in a state of eternal slumber The fate he stole includes a state of being in eternal slumber outside of the fate of going crazy and losing control. So those are his only outcomes. As for me, I can resist eternal slumber to a certain extent. Klein grabbed the silver of clarity and gained a certain understanding of his present state. To him, this was an opportunity. It was only at this moment that he fully understood why the Evernight Goddess needed the river of water of the river of eternal darkness to use as a medium to tempt this. Why? I don't even know why. It was only at this moment. I don't even fully understand that part. It was at this moment that he fully understood why the Evernight Goddess needed the river water of the river of eternal darkness, this other Sephiroth, to use as a medium to attempt this. This wasn't only because it was difficult to put a Kings of Angel who accommodated the uniqueness and the awakening will of the Lord of the Mysteries in him to temporarily enter a state of eternal sleep, but it was beneficial to Klein for this state of eternal slumber. This could create an excellent environment of him being the only one with a sliver of consciousness while the other's interference was all sleeping. At the same time, Klein also confirmed one thing: the reason why he was able to remain clear-headed in a dream during the instances... Wow, man, okay. The reason why he was able to remain clear-headed in a dream and during the instances where his mind was intruded wasn't because of his special traits from Sephiroth Castle. This was because the celestial worthy in heaven and earth for blessings in his body was also sleeping, okay? Although the awakening of the Lord of the Mysteries was still greatly limited, his level and his connection with his Sephiroth Castle was undoubtedly stronger than Klein's. He has a stronger pull over Klein. Okay, I get that part. If he couldn't completely resist a state of eternal darkness, why could Klein? So if he, the Lord of the Mysteries, when we say he, we're talking about the Lord of the Mysteries. If the Lord of the Mysteries couldn't completely resist a state of eternal darkness, why could Klein? So if he can't do it, how could Klein do it? Got it. Therefore, Klein believed that this trait was likely due to the blessings of the Evernight Goddess, a gift that he received when he came to life. Oh. Oh, that explains the river eternal darkness. Okay, add more power to pull the corruption to sleep. Because it's a Sephira, bro. Okay, I got it. The blessings given by a true goddess who wielded the power of the dream domain and the aura, strength, and magical powers that Sephira Castle augmented him. Got it. The Sephira Castle augmented him, which had combined together to form such a special trait. It was as if a gentle song came from deep within the dream, so like Inception. It's a dreamception. Klein's consciousness became clear. Without any hesitation, he immediately adjusted the sleeping imprint and corruption in his body and found a new balance. Following that, he extended a slippery tentacles with strange patterns and used Sephira Castle powers to steal the fool's uniqueness inside of the Antigonus's body. Perhaps it was because he was now Antigonus. The theft this time was successful after a small number of failures. A translucent mask with the symbol of fool flew out from Antigonus's body. The man with a thick black beard was still sleeping as though he would sleep forever. At the same time, the fog dissipated and illusionary starlight shone into the hall. This Evernight blessed him on the first day. Well, it was when he woke up. I remember that part. I think we talked about that. Was it last stream? Evernight blessed him on the first day when he became Zoe while taking away the corruption. I think that was explained, right? That was explained back then. So she was the one that helped him, not like turn into the celestial worthy. This ancient palace suddenly appeared in the dark and mysterious astral world, appearing at the peak of the Hornicus mountain range. The concealment had been removed, and fate began to be exchanged. At this moment, in the forsaken lands of the gods, on one of the mountain peaks, a shadow-like curtain appeared on the surface of a huge cross. It cracked open It cracked open, and a man walked out from it. He was Adam, dressed in a simple white robe with a thick blonde beard. Behind him was a thick shadow with 5 heads. Oh shit! Stop. Wait. POV change. Sorry. Music change. Let me read. What was it? Where was it when you told me to stop? That wasn't it. You said it was at, was it? Let me scroll up. Oh shit, was there? Yeah. I know, I'm sorry. I'm too excited, Cammy. I'm too excited today. Woo! Woo! Shit! Oh my god. I'm too excited today. Oh my god, man. Holy shit, dude. Oh. First recap. Oh my god. We're only on page 6 of 8. Bro, this is a long chapter. No, I wouldn't make you guys burst a blood vessel, would I? No. We're chill. Guys, help me out. What did I just read? I need help. I genuinely need help. I need a recap. There are too many celestial beings right now, and it's like I understand the part now where Evernight was able to repress all that. So technically, that's why Klein is able to alleviate his fate of turning into the celestial worthy, because Evernight was helping him from the very beginning, and the reason that worked out was because of the Sephiroth. The entire first half was just Klein trying to fight celestial worthies. Well, it got so like, it's just like I don't even know how to explain. Like, it's just I'm okay following like a one-on-one physical battle, but once it gets to like these conceptual fights, it gets really hard for me to follow. Let me lower. I think I also need to lower the volume on my end a little bit. Read my 2 messages. Okay. Read my 2 messages. First one is up here. All right, read my 2 messages. This is the first one. I'm just telling you, man. Like once we reach a point with these mental fights, like fighting for like control, it gets hard for me to like follow. Especially, it just like I'm realizing as I'm getting more excited, I'm getting lost when we just start using he's and hises and asterisks. Like once like he did this because he and him wants him to fuse with his body. I'm like, wait. So many he's and hers and hims are going on right now. Who are we talking about? I know, and I'm getting too excited. Oh my god. Okay, Klein took over Antigonus's fate. We got that part. So he took his fate and he was digesting the uniqueness. So Klein took over Antigonus's fate, including fusing with the uniquenesses and falling asleep. He resisted the sleep with a blessing of Evernight from the beginning of chapter 1, right? So like from the very beginning, if she never did that, he wouldn't be able to get to this point. Okay, got that part. He fused with the uniqueness by this is the part that was confusing me. How did he fuse it with it? He fused with the uniqueness by moving Antigonus Zaratul anchors against the will of the celestial worthy inside it. Whoa, man, that is crazy. Is not explicitly said, just some hints and given, and it's hard to pick up on. Okay, so it is a little bit hard to pick up. I'm telling you, it's kind of hard for me to pick up on it. You know what's crazy? I've read like half of Mistborn. I'm like on my phone, I'm on page like 400 out of 1,000. I'm reading it to myself in my head, and I completely get everything because I'm reading slow in my head, and it's just it's so weird. But when I'm reading out loud live, it's like a whole different ballpark for some reason. And like I don't know why my head can't get used to that. Even well, I think it's because the fights are more conceptual now. It's getting hard to follow. Read slower, bro. It's the Tim. I think you will blow your brain reading last volume of COI. Fuck, man, that's gonna be crazy. Let's keep going. So just to be sure, this is also the music change or not yet? Yeah, we need to read slower. We need to actually read slower. Read slower, please. I know. We're slowing down. Yeah, music change? Okay. I'm gonna pause this. Got it. I don't music. What up reading slowly? No, I won't ignore it. He fused with the uniquenesses by stealing Antigonus's fate. He became Antigonus. That's why he said I am Antigonus. Okay, yeah, that's what he meant by I am Antigonus. He fused with the uniquenesses by stealing Antigonus' fate. Oh, that's why he said that. So when he stole Antigonus's fate, that's why he said I am Antigonus. When I click on it, he became Antigonus, who already fused with the uniquenesses. Okay. That's very normal for you. A little bit. Just a little bit. Just a smidge. All right, let's keep going, man. Woo! Son of a bitch. We're still on 75, right? Yeah, we're still on 75. It helps reading slower, but Easy Geeky spaces out, starts to read faster, and he becomes lost. Yeah, it's weird, man. It's very used to it. No, I got you guys. You know I love you guys. If I'm ignoring when I ignore a message, it's not because I'm trying to ignore a message. Yeah, I need you know what I need, man? I'm not even gonna lie. I need to start streaming with those like fucking MetaQuest glasses, where I have like a chat overlay over what I'm reading. That way I don't like miss a message. Read slower? I know. By reading slower, I am going to go back a little bit. I'm going to read at the start of this page because I also read ahead. So I am going to go back up a little bit. I'm going to go up like half. I'm going to go up like a paragraph. I'm going to go up a paragraph and I'm going to read from right here. So let me loop the song. All right, let me go up a little bit in this page. Read slow. Take my time. And I need to chill out because I'm too fucking excited. Although the awakening of the Lord of the Mysteries was still greatly limited, his level and his connection with Sephira Castle was undoubtedly stronger than Klein. If he couldn't completely resist a state of eternal slumber, why could Klein? Therefore, Klein believed that this trait was likely due to the blessings of the Evernight Goddess, a gift he received when he came to life, when he became Klein. Chapter 1. The blessings given by a true god who wielded the power of the dream domain and the aura, strength, and the magical powers that Sephira Castle augmented him with had combined together to form such a special trait. It was as if a gentle song came from deep within the dream. Klein's consciousness became clear. Without any hesitation, he immediately adjusted the sleeping imprint and corruption in his body and found a new balance. Following that, he extended a slippery tentacles with strange patterns and used Sephiric Castle powers to steal the fool's uniqueness inside Antigonus's body. Perhaps it was because he was now Antigonus, the theft this time was successful. Perhaps so because he was now Antigonus, the theft was successful. The theft this time was successful after a small number of failures. A translucent mask with the symbol of the fool flew out from Antigonus's body. The mask is the mask the uniqueness? A translucent mask with the symbol of the fool flew out from Antigonus's body. The man with the thick black beard was still sleeping as though he would sleep forever. At the same time, the fog dissipated and an illusory starlight shone into the hall. The ancient palace suddenly appeared in a dark and mysterious asteroid appearing at the peak of the Hornicus mountain range. The concealment has been removed and fate began to be exchanged. At this moment, in the forsaken land of the gods, on one of the mountain peaks, a shadow-like curtain appeared on the surface of a huge cross. It cracked open and a man walked out from it. Oh shit, Adam? What the fuck? He was Adam dressed in a simple white robe. What the fuck is he doing here, dude? Steve fucking W, man. Holy shit, dude. He was Adam dressed in a simple white robe with a thick blonde beard. Behind him was a thick shadow with 5 heads. A thick shadow with 5 heads? What the fuck? This shadow had partly merged with him, but it hadn't completely become one. Adam raised his head, looked at the asteroid, which had been distorted from authority and symbolism. He smiled calmly and said to the shadow behind him, "They don't seem to be aware of the reason why I use visionary as the foundation this time. I've never told anyone about the results of this research. Just as he said before, he proclaimed in a solemn and deep voice, I am one and also infinity, the beginning and the end." His eyes suddenly turned illusory. What? Am I supposed to know who this 5-headed shadow is? His eyes suddenly, because I remember he was going to fuse with the true creator, right? His eyes suddenly turned illusory as an, oh, no wonder Romero was always on the true creator. Adam, his profile picture is Adam. Adam is the true creator. Oh, wait, it's piecing together. That's the true creator? Oh my god, now I understand. Okay, so it is a true creator. 5 heads? When the fuck did he get 5 heads? 5-headed shadow? Just as he said, he proclaimed in a solemn and deep voice, I am one and also infinity, the beginning and the end. His eyes suddenly turned illusory as an ocean that seemed to contain all possible colors appeared around him. Adam then dude, it's gonna be so good when the anime comes out, when the Dunkle comes out. His eyes suddenly turned illusory as an ocean that seemed to contain all possible colors that appeared around him. Bro, this would be such a trip watching this shit, dude. So this is what the movie is gonna be, right? Fucking shit, dude. Just imagine a fucking movie budget, dude. Season 1 already looked crazy, dude. I can already picture this shit. Adam then raised his hand and grabbed the silver cross pendant hanging in front of his chest. A burning but illusory sun suddenly appeared above his head. To his left, lightning squalls and waves formed a supercilious phantom. On his right, there was a white tower with numerous brass eyes. The authorities and symbols that Adam had envisioned entered his body one after another under the influence of the chaos sea. Whoa. Reason why I have Adam... Yeah, so now I'm piecing it together. Reason why you have Adam as your profile picture, because he's the true creator. And you're always praising the true creator. And they literally just fucking fuse. What the fuck? Wait, but it has... So, Adam is fully took over. But it's like he's one and the same as a true creator. Because he said, like, we didn't know if, like, the true creator would have taken over or Adam would have taken control. But if Adam is coming out and he's saying, I am one, and... Okay. Man, this is such a, like a philosophical, like... I don't know, man. It's such a weird, like... It's like, this is another plane of reading, bro. It's like... It's so weird. Like, the feeling I get reading this is the same reason I get when I watch, like, End of Evangelion. If that makes any sense. And I'm not saying they're one and the same or one is better than the other, but it's like I'm getting that same sense. Like, that feeling I got watching it and reading it. Finally, the shadow that clung tightly to Adam's back shrank his body. Suddenly, the sea that contained all the colors began to rise. Adam expanded into a giant shadow that seemed capable of holding up the world. Literally holding the world. What the fuck? The shadow slowly walked on the water. Literally, Jesus. The shadow slowly walked on the water surface of the illusionary chaotic darkness. It pointed at the astral world and solemnly declared, "Let there be light." And the blink of an eye, the entire astral world lit up. It just lights up. So this literally just happened. Like this. Literally, wow, that actually looks better. I should leave this on. Let there be light. Oh my god. And the blink of an eye, the entire astral world lit up. There was no other secrets that could be concealed. Even portions of the astral world that connected to Earth, the entire astral world, and the invisible barrier that had been separated from the universe appeared. I'm sorry, is all that fusing together now? At that moment, giant, indescribable faces seemed to cling to the transparent, cracked barrier, silently watching development inside. Half a great, all right. Oh shit, half a great old one. I know who the fuck we're talking about. No, it's just appearing. Okay, but like not like we're physically seeing it. That's what's happening, right? Like we're physically seeing it, right? Oh my god. Yo, is it better like this with the light all the way up, or should I keep it low? I was kind of just doing that for dramatic effect, right? Just turning the lightness up, the brightness all the way up. But if I leave it, we can leave it. 45. There's no point even taking timestamps, man. Like, my timestamps are just so screwed. Yes, everything has been lit up. Nothing is hidden anymore. It's so fucking good. Alright. I followed this chapter a lot better. Chapter 1376 is called Half a Great Old One. So he's half a GOO. Inside the astral world, which was even more abstract than the spirit world, looking as though all the authorities and the symbolism in the universe were included inside, every object appeared, and the light that illuminated this area wasn't spread uniformly. It was mainly concealed in a few places, stacking together, forming spots, creating... Wait, music change. I got you. I'm not going to forget this time. Let me read this right now. I am not going to forget. Music change at the end of 1376. The main peak of the Hornicus mountain range collapsed. All right. We're going to read it. I think we're going to stop at 80. Yeah. No, I'm not going to forget. 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 End of chapter. When we go back to Hornicus mountain range, something collapses. Music change. And the light that illuminated this area wasn't spread uniformly. It was mainly concentrated in a few places, stacking together, forming spots that created by a prism. There was a total of 3 spots in such a state, each sealing the various illusionary kingdoms. One of the kingdoms was covered in bright flowers and perpetual daylight. Another seemed to be formed from books that were opened or closed. Different figures shuttled between them as they read as a form of entertainment. One was covered in storms as lightning and thunder continued without end in his boundless ocean. And the next second, 3 different kingdoms underwent a violent change. In the area with perpetual daylight, all the flowers emitted light as if they had become burning miniature suns. What the fuck? What kind of fucking flower is that? The countless miniature suns interweaved together and surged deep into the kingdom before rising into an abnormally blinding golden sun. It emitted a scorching light that could illuminate the entire world and entire solar... I'm sorry, he like physically... I'm getting this right now. But is Adam like physically changing the world? Is that what's happening? Like, is like the world like physically changing? Like, and we don't go back? However, no matter how much energy was released by this almost real sun or how many flares of super high temperature flames, I assume this is a ritual. Like, this is him becoming a half GOO. Flames it created, it was unable to break through the prism like spots of light. Every deserted layer had a new layer produced at an equal speed. In another part of the astral world, I lied. In another part of the astral world, on the surface of a mysterious country formed from all kinds of books, bits of brass, that's not Adam, bits of brass, points of light rapidly circulated on the spots of light, forming mysterious symbols that seemed to be searching for a critical point of effective method to destroy the barrier. During this process, the faint light formed a pair of illusionary eyes that directly saw the weak spots and created eyes there. Meanwhile, inside the spot of light, there was also faint light swirling in it. It repeatedly took form, changing the critical points of the structure. This made it seem as though both sides were in contest of their calculative abilities, with neither side clinging victory. In the boundless sea that was enveloped by light, wind, and rain, the spot of light suddenly lit up. It brought a portion of matter and approached the limit to speed, creating a violent wave that could destroy a planet. Such a wave and the tiny bits of light constantly struck the prism-like spots of light, turning into a countless falling specks of light. 3 kingdoms, one with a golden sun, another with books, and another with sea and lightning. Oh shit, I missed the book one. I understood the sun one, right? And I understood the sea and lightning. I didn't catch the book part. Okay. At some point in time, the spot of light began to ripple like an illusory ocean that seemed to contain all colors. It seemed to solidify the surrounding environment, causing the light spots that carried the storm to slow down uncontrollably. Then the points of light repeated the state of acceleration and deceleration. This kept repeating, but they refused to give up. With the Chaos Sea as a source, Adam used himself and the true creator. He used the true creator as a pillar. With the Chaos Sea as a source, Adam used himself and the true creator as a pillar, envisioned 3 uniquenesses, and accommodated them into this system. Adam seemed to exceed the limitations of above the sequences and become a half-great old one. Just like that. And become a half-great old one. Did I update this? Okay. He was able to forcibly suppress the eternal blazing sun, the Lords of Storms, and God of Knowledge and Wisdom by himself. Trapped the 3 sequence 0 true gods within their respective... their divine... So those were their divine kingdoms. Trapped the 3 sequence 0 true gods within their respective divine kingdoms. At that moment, he seemed to return to his peak condition, becoming the ancient sun god. Oh, shit. So Adam literally just became ASG again. Becoming the ancient sun god who slew one ancient god after another. Oh, shit, he's back. He chose the 2 pathways of Visionary and the Hangman and his foundation for his resurrection, because apart from then having the trait of resurrecting, this was all because they had the trait of resurrecting. This was also the result of his research. This had the highest chance of becoming God Almighty. After using either one of the 2 pathways and Visionary, the Hanged Man, to become a true god and gained initial control over the Chaos Sea, he could take back the remaining uniquenesses and sequence 1 beyond her characteristics. This was the easiest path to advance to the Lord of the Astroworld. He just fucking yeeted them. And in this matter, there was something more special about Visionary than the Hanged Man. What is it? When the Visionary first gained control of the Chaos Sea and accommodated a second uniqueness and a corresponding... I'm sorry, I forgot about this part. He was able to accommodate a second uniqueness and a corresponding sequence 1 beyond a characteristic to a certain extent. He could envision the remaining fake Whoa, this is where it gets hard for me. He could envision... He just thinks it and it's happening. He could envision the remaining fake symbolism, authority, allowing him to briefly obtain the strength to transcend the sequences, giving him half a great old one strength. So that's how he was able to overpower the 3 of them. 3 sequencer gods. Did you catch that Adam is doing a 1v3 against Eternal Blazing Sun? Yeah, and I don't... How? It's like... But like, how? Is it so... We're screwed. Like, if he can just take him... Like, if he can just overpower him that easily... And there, how many GOOs were watching Earth? 8, right? 1 for each planet. It's like, wait, I'm sorry. Thank you. He's only half. He's only half of GOO. Like we're actually fucking screwed against all the GOOs looking down on us. He is like we're just fucking screwed. Like no matter what Klein does, like we ain't 1v18. GOOs, like no power. There's gonna be there's no shot. The power of friendship will prevail, and we actually win. Because he has a Visionary sequence 0 plus a true creator. Thank you. He also had the true creator's Hangman sequence 0, and plus oh my god, the Chaos Sea, the Sephiroth. Okay, 2 sequence 0s right there. Visionary, Hangman, Sephiroth Sea. I'm Sephiroth Sea. What the fuck? Chaos Sea, Sephiroth. Got it. Okay. Dad, we're fucking screwed, man. We are so dead in Book 2. After building such a system, the ancient sun god would make use of the Hanged Man grazing ability and Visionary's virtual persona means to control the uniquenesses and sequence 1 beyond characteristics of the Sun Reader and Sailor Pathways was to allow himself to become closer to a great old one and maintain a minimum level of stability. He didn't directly accommodate the Chaos Sea and the other 3 pathway uniquenesses and sequence 1 beyond characteristics, Because he didn't want to advance to become a great old one, a pillar in that era. He would inevitably lead to the resurrection of the God Almighty, causing him to lose himself. Holy shit. And then if God Almighty comes back, GG. He planned on controlling the situation and materials. When the apocalypse approached, he would finish the last few steps to become a pillar with self-consciousness. And back then, he didn't plan on using Visionary as a foundation because he hadn't obtained the Quill of Al-Zuhud. He lacked the main ingredient. When the Kings of Angels betrayed him and the plan failed miserably, he decided to take the advantage of the disaster to take the best path when he was revived in Adam. Okay, that's been stated. At this moment, Adam, who had transformed into a giant shadow, stood on the water of the surface of the illusionary chaotic darkness, reflecting the Astroworld in his eyes. Literally the Lord of the Astroworld. Reflecting the Astroworld into his eyes, making it difficult for the three true gods to break through the restrictions. How do we even fight this, dude? Like, it's like, I always find it so, like, how? Like, what? Like, if three sequence zeros can't do anything, what is Klein gonna do? Like, how do we do this? Like, how do we like compete against this? Surrounding him was beams of light that constantly fell from high above with blazing tails, illuminating the entire forsaken lands of the gods, making both the northern and southern continents experience midday conditions simultaneously. Nah, I'd win. If you understand that meme, he definitely did not win. And Bayham's remaining bell tower, Amon, who was sitting on the railing, nudged the crystal molecule with both hands propped up. He suddenly leaped up and entered the astral world. During this process, his left hand, an ancient modeled stone slab. Wiz, bro, there's no shot you understood this first time. Did you really follow all this? Bro, this is kind of hard to follow, but I'm reading slow, so I feel like I'm doing a little bit better at digesting this. Wow, this is a lot, bro. I've never read anything like this. During this process, his left hand had I've never read anything like this kind of complex. And it is complicated. It's complex. There's a lot. It's very intricate. During this process, his left hand had an ancient modeled stone slab appear at some point in time. The first blasphemy slate. Amon had used it to seal the gaps caused by Mr. Door's returning ritual to prevent the invasion of the Mother Goddess of Depravity. After return ritual ended and the door of flesh and blood completely collapsed without a tunnel to maintain anymore, he retrieved the blasphemy slate. At that moment, Amon casually threw the ancient modeled stone slate down from the astral world and allowed it to land somewhere in the fog of history. It was a mountain that tore out the boundless black fog. There was no end to... Wait, not music. I thought... Whoa, shit. I almost had a stroke. I thought it was music change, but no. When it collapses. Not yet. It was a mountain that tore out the boundless fog sea. Yeah, okay. Fog history, not fog of... Fog sea, not fog of history. Whew. Sorry, I thought it was music change. I was like, I'm not going to forget. Don't worry. So when the Hornicus mountain ranges collapses, music change. I thought I skipped it for a sec. No. There was no end in its depth. It surrounded appeared like a continent. I thought I said condiment. I'm fucking tweaking today. It's too much, man. Oh my god. It was a mountain that tore out the boundless black fog. There was no end to its depth. Its surroundings appeared like a continent. After the first blasphemy slate landed, it accurately stabbed into the peak of... Oh, shit. Is this how it collapses? After the first blasphemy slate landed, it accurately stabbed into the peak of the mountain, forming an illusionary sea that contained all the colors. At the same time, Amon entered the astral world and saw the main peak of the Horticus mountain range that had been grafted here. He saw the ancient and dilapidated palace on the mountain peak. The visions we saw from episode 1. Yeah, I'm gonna need a Kit Kat right now. I need a break. Need a Kit Kat? Wearing a pointed hat and a classical black robe, his body rapidly extended, instantly reaching the scale of the mountain. He opened his mouth as though he was about to swallow Antigonus's magnificent but dilapidated palace. Suddenly, he saw a blurry figure. The figure was wearing a long, layered black dress that was not complicated, but countless stars speckled on it. Evernight? She... How the fuck is she this big? She was as big as a current Amon. A pair of huge arms covered in the dark black short hair grew out from both her torso and waist, but there was a beautiful and gentle face that was covered in the black guise. Her eyes seemed to compress the starry night sky and made one feel at peace, but it also made one feel an uncontrollable fear. One of her two hands held a huge scythe, and another pair held a bird-shaped golden accessory. The remaining pair held nothing, as though she was holding an invisible object. Evernight Goddess. I'm sorry, what happened with 001? We brought up 001 earlier, and then it's just gone. And the next second, Amon, who was wearing a monocle on his right eye, was quickly wiped away by an eraser like he was a sketch. The Evernight Goddess raised her two empty arms as she held an almost invisible fog. On the surface of the fog, multiple doors of different shapes and rapidly opened in different spots, but they were instantly blocked, preventing any loopholes from taking place. Obvious? Yes, that makes sense. Dude, this is hard to follow, man. Dude, this is it's like we've reached a point where like there's no more physical fights. It's just like a battle of wits. But it's such a like, it's a lot, bro. It's like I don't even know what words I'm looking for, bro. I'm like lost for words. She focused on controlling the fog world in her hand. Like, bro, how the fuck does Cuttlefish come up with this, bro? They read slower and read what I say, man. No, I know, but it's like, oh my god, bro. It's like, I'm reading slow, but it's like, it's crazy. It's hard for me to grasp these. This makes more sense saying it now. It's hard for me to grasp these concepts when it comes to fighting. If that makes sense. Like, I'm reading it, but it's hard for me to, like, grasp it. Does that make sense? Like, it's hard for me to grasp the fights when it comes to, like, this form of fighting. The Evernight Goddess floated above the peak of the Hornicus mountain range and the Astroworld as she focused on controlling the fog world in her hand, preventing Amon's true body from escaping. Okay. As more and more doors appeared, the openings of doors became faster and faster. The goddess was unable to deal with it alone. All she could do was raise her other two arms and raise the huge scythe. If you can't picture it in your head, you're not reading slow. Like, dude, no, that's the thing. What? He kicked me? Takes a year to read. I'm reading slow. We know, little bro. That was pretty funny. The dark black scythe rapidly turned into a corporeal coffin made of black fog. The almost invisible fog world was stuffed into the coffin and all the movements instantly ceased. It was as though death had occurred. However, this silence only lasted for a second. On the surface of the black fog formed coffins, a series of doors took a form and opened again. As the Evernight Goddess sealed the doors, she raised her arm and held a bird-shaped golden accessory. The orange glow of the twilight fell, adding a sense of decay and extinction to the heavy black coffin. The formation of the opening of the doors slowed down as both parties entered a tug of war. Okay. At that moment, at the foot of the... I'm sorry, there's no music change yet. I thought it was when, right? I got it. Like, okay, I caught it. I was like, wait a minute. Music change. Yeah, I was like, shouldn't I change music? Okay, thank you. The orange glow of twilight fell, adding a sense of decay and extinction to the heavy black coffin. The formation and opening of the doors slowed down as both parties entered a tug of war. I'll raise the volume up right now because it sounds kind of low. At that moment, at the foot of the Evernight Goddess, the main peak of the Hornicus mountain range collapsed. It was like the apocalypse had arrived early. At the same time, python-like black tentacles extended out from somewhere into the Astroworld. There was an eye at the end of each tentacle, either opened or closed. An object that was seen by them would instantly turn into grayish-white rock, and anything touched by tentacles distorted as limbs and heads stretched out, turning into good-looking women of... When? Who is this? That ain't Evernight. Who is this? At any object that was seen by the world, this is not Evernight. This is somebody else, right? There was an eye at the end of each tentacle, either open or closed, and any object that was seen by them would instantly turn into grayish white rock. Oh! Like Medusa. Primordial Demoness, right? They turn them. And anything touched by the tentacles, oh, I shouldn't read the end. And anything touched by the tentacles distorted as limbs and head stretched out, turned into good-looking women of all sizes. As the grayish white spread rapidly, the tentacles surged. I just read it. Yeah, okay. The tentacles surged towards the ancient and dilapidated palace, rushing towards Klein, who was about to accommodate the fool's uniqueness, primordial demoness cheek. He was fucking right. She was up in the air. We never knew what she was gonna do. So technically, Trissy's back, right? Trissy's back. Trissy's back, right? It's Trissy. Oh shit! Damn, man. Primordial demoness cheek. Should have been Trissy cheek. New chapter. 1 hour, 3 minutes, 50 seconds. God damn, man. Let me update this. The cup is unreal. She's coming back. She's gonna take off her like full mask, right? Like the mask. It was me. It was Trissy all along. I'm doing my timestamp. 1:03. I just did that. I'm dumb. Okay, read slower. Read slower. Damn it, he didn't read my message. Did I not read it? Bro, why is chat is frozen on my end? Hold up, let me pop it out again. One sec. Let me pop out chat because it's not updating. Okay, good. So if I didn't read your messages because chat wasn't loading. Okay, that's Trissy that took over the primordial. It's fake. I'm lying to you. Okay, you were lying to me. No, I was joking that Trissy's back. I'm joking. I'm joking, by the way. I know she's not back. Read slower. Read slower. No. Never ignored. Amon is not messing with stream. No, don't worry. I can see stream updating. All right. Reading slow. Paste. Chapter 1377 is called Crazy Ravings. You guys actually shouldn't troll me because I might actually believe you. Yeah. Chapter 1377 is called Crazy Ravings because Trissy's back, right? No, I'm kidding. I know. Chapter 1377 is called Crazy Ravings. Countless demonesses of varying sizes brought with them the destruction of all matter, causing the scene of the entire Hornicus mountain range to develop in the direction of turning into a huge stone sphere. What the fuck? A stone sphere? This made the dilapidated walls of the ancient palace collapse rapidly, exposing Klein, who was in the middle of the hall, along with his avatar, a marionette, out in the middle of the astral world. Just as the python-like black tentacles were about to rush into the palace, a crimson moon rose up like a scene from the apocalypse. In the perimeter of the hall that was bathed in moonlight, a cluster of wheat instantly grew out. Who is wheat again? Who is this? There were flowers. Mother Earth? There were flowers, mushrooms, and trees. They interweave. No. That's her. They interweave with each other, layer by layer, sealing the place that belonged to Antigonus. At that moment, the hall where Klein was in seemed to be in ruin that had been sealed in history and a forest for thousands of years. Okay, this happened earlier when the war ended. Yeah, like the whole city kind of turned into a forest. And a forest for thousands of years, as though it had been swallowed up by nature. The python-like black tentacles with eyes on the tips were blocked by plants growing widely. I'm envisioning this. I'm reading slow. I can picture it. They rose up as they constantly struck the screen that originated from nature, causing the latter to collapse or peel under the layer after layer of petrification effects. However, no matter whether it was wheat, flowers, mushrooms, trees, or newborns, they quickly returned to Earth Mother's embrace and grew again. Just like that, the barrier of nature was reborn and destroyed layer by layer as layer after layer was reborn. This showdown entered a stalemate. Earth Mother who controlled the moon's uniqueness fended off primordial demoness cheek. At this moment, a light that couldn't be seen by most beyonders landed from high above and crashed into the barrier of nature and used plants as a foundation. Okay, I'm envisioning this. Okay, Earth Mother is here. Evernight is here. Primordial Demoness is here. So those three are here. Wait, no. It's the same person. She was pretending to be her, right? Oh my god. Oh my god. Is this chapter 1 of Untem? I Am New? This is not chapter 1. This is 1377. We've been reading for a year. And Amon is here. Amon is here. Adam, dude, there's so many fucking people involved right now. Too many deities are fighting at once. Oh my god. Like, too many deities are doing their own things. Oh my god. Oh, bro, read the title. It's called Crazy Ravings for a reason. The light didn't have a physical body, as though it was formed from a flux of massive miscellaneous information. In its illusionary form, it tore through the gaps between the plants like a torrent heading straight for Klein, who was about to retrieve the translucent mask. Hidden Sage. At this moment, a blurry light shot out from the void. I'm sorry, are we finally gonna kill the fucking Hidden Sage and avenge fucking O'Neill? No shot. Klein could kill him if he wanted to, right? We can pull it off. It's literally a battle royale. I feel like I'm playing PUBG, but with deities. At this moment, a blurry light shot out from the void, revealing a picture-like projections around Klein. Some of them recorded the helplessness and misery humans felt when facing supernatural beings. Some of them used an epic-like brush that reenact the scenes of humans using their own bodies as experiments to attempt fusing with beyond ingredients to obtain strength and save the race. Some described the unique cultures and traditions due to the Black Emperor, while others carried various viewpoints, books, and invitations. Some resembled the dawn of the present world. Starting from massive machinery that spewed steam, buildings that rose higher and higher, and clothes that made the movement easier. The contents made the seemingly thin painting exude a heaviness. This was because they bore the inspiration and development of civilization of human society at different stages. Back then, the god of craftsmanship... Oh my god, another god. God of steam and machinery intercepts the Hidden Sage. Back then, the god of craftsmanship didn't properly digest the Sequence 1 civilization and lighter potion... I'm sorry, Sequence 1 was called what again? Civilization Enlightener potion before advancing to Sequence 0 due to various reasons. He maintained his rationality and lucidity. However, this... I feel like I'm lucid right now, bro. It's so hard to follow. I'm envisioning this right now. Rationality and lucidity. However, this made him have to focus more on resisting the madness and inclination towards losing control. Amongst the 7 Orthodox gods, he was slightly weaker than the other existences. The reason why the Church of Steam was the weakest Orthodox organization... It was previously named Illuminator. Oh, thank you. Okay, Illuminator. The reason why the Church of Steam was the weakest Orthodox organization was that apart from having the shortest history and the least heritage, its corresponding god was also not in the best of conditions. By the time Rizal raised the Industrial Revolution and the Son of Steam as the Son of Steam, a member of the church, and brought with him all sorts of ideas, the god of craftsmanship took the opportunity to change his name to the god of steam and machinery, sharing in the progress of the enlightenment of civilization and digested the corresponding potion. Oh, so that's why it was a name change. As a true god in a neighboring pathway, he eventually chose to stand on the Orthodox deity's side after the Hidden Sage chose to be Klein's enemy. The terrifying flood of information crashed into the... I'm sorry, man. The fact that we have all these enemies now. The fact that we reached this level. Remember when we were just fighting Kleins at a harbor in Volume 1? The terrifying flood of information crashed into the illusionary picture and rapidly expanded, attempting to crack the cage. However, the tens of thousands of years of civilizations were thick and vast. The history left behind by generations of humans and numbered hundreds of millions was so vast and magnificent, it was enough to contain the information flux of the Hidden Sage. When the Hidden Sage tried breaking through the limitations of the god of steam machinery in the hall of the Antigonus Hall, that was sealed by layers of plants, Klein extended his slippery and strange tentacles to grab the translucent mask that represented the fool's uniqueness before moving it... I'm sorry, he's going to put it on. Before moving it towards his face. Just as the mask covered Klein's face, numerous figures appeared around him. Some of them were men wearing postman uniforms, some were ordinary birds, while others were microbes that couldn't be seen with the naked eye. There were hundreds or thousands of them. The hall that only had corpses... Dude, I don't... Like, bro, seeing the movie, bro, this is... Bro, it's like, this movie is going to be such a trip, bro. I genuinely feel like you'd reach enlightenment watching it. Or like being able to like perfectly seeing it visualized. The hall only had corpses hanging in the air, suddenly became crowded, and the commonality of these figures that was And the commonality of these figures was that they wore crystal monocules or had a circular emblem of different colors in the same position Amon. The avatars of Mr. Error Amon. What the fuck is he doing now? It was unknown if they had used a primordial demonesses or the hidden sages attacks to open a back. He just opened a back door like that. To open a back door and use a and you just made a loophole. Bro, dude, I cannot understand the way he works, bro. Like, his errors don't follow logic, but that's the point. You're finding loopholes in the logic. And use a loophole to secretly arrive near the target. What? Looking at Klein, who had just put on the translucent mask and was beginning to accommodate the fool's uniqueness, these Amons revealed a smile at the same time. They opened their mouths and said words that ordinary people wouldn't be capable of understanding. What the fuck is he saying? These words interweaved and formed terrifying and crazy ravings. You overlook the primordial demoness. For her, Medici, who had only recovered to sequence 1, is no threat at all. Her greatest wish was right now is to immediately produce a Lord of the Mysteries and open the seal of the Western Continent. Oh shit, and what is behind the Western Continent? We still don't know. Allowing her to have a chance of finding the City of Calamity. It's obvious that compared to you, I'm the better choice. You're too weak. Shut the fuck up, dude. Huh. Are you still waiting for the Mother Tree of Desire or the Mother Goddess of Depravity to provide you with help? It's useless. I placed the first blasphemy slate in the fog sea and placed it near the Abyss's entrance, not far from that primitive island. Also, the enhanced seal was brought about by the corresponding authority of doors, and the half-lord of the astral world's control towards the world barrier prevents any outer deities from being able... What? Also, let me reread the sentence. Also, the enhanced seal brought about by the corresponding authorities of doors, and the half-lord of the astral world's control towards the world barrier prevents any outer deities from being able to have their powers penetrate inside for a short period. And without the influence of the outer deities, the dark side of the universe and the chain god currently do not wish to interfere in the battle of gods. They would rather seize this opportunity to escape their restraints. They also wish that a Lord of the Mysteries would be born as soon as possible to help them escape from the predicament. If it wasn't for the fact that stirring them would also trigger the outer deities' corruption in them, I can promise you that I would have already reached an agreement with them to deal with you together. Fucking 3v1. Amon was deliberately using the real information to fill the ravings, using this to make clients suffer the effects of two-pronged approach. One was the mental corruption. How the fuck does Klein like even combat this or resist it? One was the mental corruption brought about by the ravings, and the other was the corresponding content that distracted him. Amon buffing Steel's work on the barrier, same for Adam's power as the Lord of the Astral World, so the GOOs can't interfere, so it's just them. It's just the bros. In any case, it wasn't a waste of time to him. On the one hand, he had sufficient avatars, each worm of time saying one word was enough for him to form many words, because there's many of them. On the other hand, he forcibly fused the information together, making a single word represent many things. So he's repeatedly saying one word, and that one word represents like huge plethora of knowledge, or just words and information and ravings. At that instant, the ravings of Amon echoed in Klein's mind like sharp blades that pierced through his psyche, tearing through his mind. Okay, I get this. Normally, Klein is like Halloween for people that read Chainsaw Man. Okay, Halloween, that just represents something. Literally, when you just take in all the information of the cosmos, all you're left with is Halloween. Okay. Normally, Klein could use his own status to suppress the ravings that were at most at the level of a sequence 1. It wouldn't affect him, but at this moment, he was accommodating the fool's uniqueness. His mental state was in a weak and subtle balance. Under such a scene, a straw might be crushing the camel's back, much less so many Amon's avatars. Furthermore, while Klein felt a sharp pain in the psyche of his self-awareness wasn't a mess, the sleeping mental imprint of the Antigonus and the will of the celestial worthy in heaven and earth for blessings showed signs of awakening. Oh, what the fuck? CW shows signs of awakening. In a sense, eternal slumber was an extreme seal. And The Amons who had accommodated the door's uniqueness could undoubtedly be able to weaken the seal or even make it lose its effectiveness. Also, the translucent mask that Klein had just worn on his face, the full uniqueness, obtained an even stronger remnant will from CW of... let me say the whole thing. I don't want to abbreviate that. Remnant will from the celestial worthy in heaven and earth for blessings. It was also gradually breaking free from the influence of the eternal slumber, and it had a certain resonance effect with the same being in Klein's body. Oh shit, he's awakening. Without using any beyond powers, and the Amons who had simply created a few ravings, had thrown Klein into a state of imbalance, and he was on the brink of losing control. Furthermore, all of this seemed irreversible unless there was more river water from the river of eternal darkness that allowed Antigonus's mental imprint and even the more powerful will of celestial worthy in heaven and earth for blessings to continue sleeping. But at this moment, even if there was still the river water of the river eternal darkness, the Evernight goddess wasn't able to divert her attention. This was because she was trying her best to suppress the dual pathway true god Amon. From this point of view, the Amons were deliberately sacrificing their true body. I'm sorry, what? From this point of view, the Amons were deliberately sacrificing their true bodies to stall the Evernight goddess to create an opportunity for the avatars to destroy Klein's ritual. This was a little risky, but the result looked pretty good. At that moment, Klein's pocket lit up. What the fuck is in his pocket? The light was a pale golden color like sticky syrup. It instantly enveloped the surrounding areas. Is that the river? Right? Wasn't he, when he was in the river of eternal darkness, wasn't there like a aura covering him? No, that's something else, right? Illuminated, like this is not what's happening right now. Illuminated by the light, what is this thing? Illuminated by the light included Klein and his avatar, as well as the book that was suddenly thrown over by the distant marionette. 002 Turnstone Brass Book. The sealed artifact extended its body in midair as it bathed in the pale golden light. A rule suddenly, the rules. Yeah, the book. It makes rules. As in the bathed in the pale golden light, a rule suddenly appeared on the blank page. It was completely different from the repeated loss from before. Speaking is prohibited here. Amon's avatar kept opening and closing their mouths, but they could no longer make a sound. And no, we can't hear the ravings. Oh shit, that's cool. A line appeared under the previous rule an instant later. Attacking each other is prohibited here. Stop hitting me. That's a good handicap. Pow, the Turnstone Brass Book fell to the ground and spread open by Klein's feet. Under the illumination of the magic wishing lamp, it actually managed to break free from the repeated cycle from before, and it set up the rules that were beneficial to Klein. With just a glance, the Amons made different responses. A portion of them adjusted their monicles, and together they raised their right hands and gently clenched it. So how do we fight back? How does he fight back? They raised their right hands and gently clenched it, using the corresponding authority to strengthen their seal. On the Turnstone Brass Book, a line of text before those rules gradually formed. All the following rules are ineffective. Oh, did he find, is he finding like a loophole? Is that what it is? Another portion of Mons locked onto Klein, who was on the boundary of losing control. Not being able to attack him didn't mean that stealing and gifting were prohibited. Oh, that's still prohibited. Ah, so he's finding loopholes in the way to attack. Oh, shit. Okay, I get that. Okay, that makes sense. Was there a spoiler? Is that what happened? I saw someone got timed out for like 1,800 seconds. Timestamp 1 20 120 Sip some water. You legit. Oh, what the fuck? What, like an intentional spoiler? Oh, guys, is this the spoiler? Oh, was he like, oh, is this the part where he dies? No. Okay. I see the timeout. I've seen people. I don't know if that was intentional or not intentional. Maybe that was a genuine. Maybe that was like a genuine question, right? Not intentional. So it wasn't intentional. Okay. Yeah, I know. I've seen both sides of the spectrum where people do that intentionally or they do that unintentionally. It happens. But I don't know if that was intentional or not. Okay, but it's okay. I didn't read it. I didn't read the part. Is this the part where he dies? No. I didn't read that, if that's what they wrote. All right, next chapter. No, it's okay. Don't forget, guys. No spoilers. No spoilers. Don't get too excited. Get excited, just not too excited. Chapter 1378 is called Change of Plans. Okay? On the different Amon's faces, the molecules in different forms emitted pure light. This was something they had stolen from the depths of the ruins of the Battle of God. It came from the ancient sun god, eternal daytime effect there. I forgot about this part. It could purify filthy and evil objects and awaken sleeping creatures. They gifted this to Klein. This, combined with the ability to control the strength of seals obtained the apprentice domain's authority, was enough to break the state of eternal slumber. Music change. We are not going to forget. Let me read it right now so I don't forget. Let me highlight this so I don't lose my place. Hold up. Let me highlight this so I don't lose my place. One sec. Music change, end of 1378. So once I get to... Wow, this is a long chapter. Woo! This is a long chapter. And the next second, Klein's main body suddenly fell silent. Okay. Okay. We're good. I got it. It's more like middle end, actually. Klein's main body suddenly fell silent. And the next second, Klein's main body suddenly fell. Okay, I won't forget. This, combined with the ability to control the strength of the seals obtained from the apprentice domain authority, was enough to break the state of eternal slumber. In that instant, the mental imprint of Antigonus and the will of the celestial word in heaven and earth for blessings, and Klein's body awakened. Oh, Lord, hallelujah. The madness and the vastness, cruelty, bloodthirstiness, and coldness were like an invisible storm that wreaked havoc in Klein's mind. Almost at the same time, the fool's uniqueness that he wore on his face without fully accommodating it, the powerful will of celestial worthy in heaven and earth for blessings seemed like a terrifying monster that had been sleeping in the darkness for thousands of years. It suddenly opened its eyes. The former chaos and loss of control swept over again at that instant, but Klein didn't panic. Following one of his contingency plans, he calmly used the grafting ability to guide the mental imprint of Antigonus' celestial worthy's will in the fool's uniqueness, allowing the 2,000 years of entanglement between them to collide again. Meanwhile, Klein relied on his own consciousness and the anchors of the fool and the sea god believers to balance out the celestial worthy's will contained within his beyonder characteristics, just like when he separated out the intent of the mysteries marionette. If there weren't any accidents and it was continued, there was a chance that Klein would be able to balance between the two sides and completely accommodate the fool's uniqueness. He would enter the final stage of the ritual, but how could there be no accidents when he was surrounded by Amons? Calmly. Klein, calmer than easy. Somehow he's calmer than me. Several Amons strengthened the seal of the Turnison brass book and the magic wishing lamp to resist the former rule limitations. Some Amons gave the eternal daytime to Klein, and a small number of Amons locked onto Klein and attempted a theft. They were trying to steal his lucidity. One Amon failed after another, but in the end, there were Amon is just, this man works so mysteriously, man. It's like, what? Some Amons gave the eternal daytime to Klein, and a small number of Amons locked onto Klein and attempted a theft. They were trying to steal his lucidity. One Amon failed after another, but in the end, there were still a few Amons who succeeded. So more than one succeeded. They stole away Klein's self-awareness for the next 2 seconds. Klein's thoughts, bro, how do we even animate this? How do we even depict this? Klein's thoughts blurred without his guidance, the Antigonus mental imprint, the two wills, the celestial worthy of heaven and earth for blessings, as well as the anchors from his believers. Oh, shit. All of them got lost for 2 seconds. Oh. Okay, that makes more sense. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Wrong change timing. I remember I had to tell Wiz one who had already digested the potion. Wait. Actually, no, I'm wrong. The change timing. Sorry, I remember I had to tell it to Wiz to fuck. one who had already digested the potion with a fate that pointed towards losing control. Digested potion. Digested potion and pointed towards losing control. Okay. Digested potion, losing control. Klein's thoughts blurred. Without his guidance, the Antigonus's mental imprint, the two wheels of not just one, bro. The two wheels of the celestial worthy in heaven and earth for blessings, as well as the anchors from the believers, instantly lost their balance and began to madly invade, influencing and corrupt each other. Everything became extremely chaotic, and it was as if it was developing irreversibility. Klein's body collapsed inch by inch, turning into clusters of transparent and distorted maggots as he extended even more slippery and sinister tentacles. And at this moment, the rules of the Turnstone Brass Book were wiped away and began writing. Speaking is prohibited here. Attacking each other is prohibited here. Soon after, a familiar text appeared before the two rules. All the following rules are ineffective. After the seal was strengthened, the Turnstone Brass Book seemed to enter a new cycle, and the influence that the genie exerted on it became rather limited. Klein's consciousness quickly regained lucidity, but the situation in his body was completely chaotic and out of control. This made him completely unable to deal with the different influences or have any hopes of finding a new sense of balance. In other words, he would run down the path of losing control until he became a monster. Without any time to think, Klein's initiated his final contingency plan. I'm sorry, how do we even combat this? Klein initiated his final contingency plan using his instincts and experience. He instantly gave up on saving his body and no longer focused on this matter. Whoa, what the fuck? Not only that, but Klein had also even allowed the attendant of the mysteries marionette to turn into a whirlpool of maggots, so he let the marionette lose control. Turned into a whirlpool of maggots and let it fuse with his body. Whoa, and that's fusing together with his body along with Zoroastri's mental imprint. He wanted to mess things up. However, Amon's avatar wouldn't allow him to make any attempts. Apart from the Amons who were fighting against the magic wishing lamp and the Turnstone Brass Book, the rest of them began to steal once again, trying to throw Klein's thoughts into chaos again until he completely lost control. So still no music change. Got it. Okay, we're good. The Amon and the postman uniform succeeded, but what he stole wasn't Klein's lucidity, but a drop of fresh blood. Why would he need the drop of blood? This blood immediately seeped into postman's Amon's palm. Right on the heels of that, what can we use a drop of Klein's blood for? How do we error a drop of his blood? Right on the heels of that, postman Amon's eyes turned crimson as his stomach... Oh, fuck you. What? Wait. I've seen the monocule and pregnant emote together. Is that what the fuck is going on here? Postman Amon's eyes turned crimson and his stomach bulged at an unimaginable speed as it squirmed. He seemed to be pregnant with a child. Okay, that makes sense. He seemed to be pregnant with a child. Whose fucking child is this? With a fucking blood drop of fucking... Oh my god, Klein's blood drop turned... He had stolen the blood blessed by the primordial... Oh, shit. Okay, wait. He had stolen the blood blessed by the primordial moon, or in other words, the modest goddess of depravity. I thought it was Klein's blood. The Amon Mpreg is real. It's actually real. Holy shit, man. I thought you guys were just excited for that. People are like, why do you guys always say that? No, it's real. Okay, for a second I thought he stole Klein's blood and now it's fucking just made Klein's baby. Like, what? Oh, I got scared. I'm almost scared. I got scared for a sec. He had stolen the blood blessed by the primordial moon, in other words, the mother goddess of depravity. Okay, that makes more sense. Klein no longer placed most of his consciousness on balancing the Antigonus's mental imprint, the awakening will, celestial worthy in heaven and earth for blessings, and his anchors. There was no need for him to endure it passively like before. He could barely respond to Amon's theft. He used grafting to change the target that Amon had stolen to Sephira Castle and tampered it into the junk pile, replacing it with the blessing blood of the primordial moon. This was from the shaman Kling's Clairman. That's what I thought I read. For a second, I thought I read fucking Klein's blood. I was like, ain't no way. What are we doing? Okay, so it's her blood. There was no doubt that there was a certain connection between Amon's avatar. Furthermore, it was impossible for their level to reach sequence 0. Therefore, when the postman Amon was contaminated by the drop of blood, the other Amons had also showed levels of chaos. So if one shows chaos, all of them show chaos. So do all their stomachs swell? Some of their stomachs protruded as well as some of their eyes were dyed crimson while others had a visible I'm sorry, is there artwork on this? Some of their eyes were dyed crimson while others had invisible babies in their arms as they... So weird, dude. So fucking gross. Some of their eyes were dyed crimson while others had invisible babies in their arms as they walked in circles on the spot. This is fucking nightmare fuel. Las Vegas GP in 2 hours. Yeah, I'm gonna try and watch it. Yeah, no, we should be done streaming in 2 hours, so I'll be able to watch a bit. This caused the other theft to inevitably fail. You guys, you want to do a watch party so I can watch it with you? I don't have an account right now. Klein seized this opportunity and used the brief moment of lucidity to stir the powers of Fair Castle to cast a shadow over the ancient palace. This place was once again against concealed. Then he ignored the mental imprint of Antigonus in his body, Zarathul's mental imprint, and the two wills of the celestial worthy in heaven and earth for blessings that was beginning to fuse together. Whoa, let me reread this again. This place was once again concealed. Then he ignored the mental imprint of Antigonus in his body, Zarathul's mental imprint, and the two wills of the celestial worthy in heaven and earth for blessings that was beginning to fuse together. He made the blank-faced avatar, which stood nearby without having shown any breakdown, to extend his hand towards his main body. Its 5 fingers quickly closed as its wrists quickly twisted. As Klein's self-consciousness didn't resist and even took the initiative to cooperate, his avatar didn't suffer many failures before Klein used the help from Sephira Castle to successfully steal his own consciousness, fate, anchors, and most of his identities. The only identity he left behind in his main body was his identity related to the Fool. At the same time, he had also stolen the identity of fate and mental imprint of the Antigonus family ancestor, the mark of fate and spirit. This could only succeed in a few tries thanks to his self-consciousness cooperating. At the wait, not music change yet. No, it's when it completed digestion and his main body fades or collapses. As a stream of light with countless distributaries appeared, Klein's avatar face contorted as it turned into Klein Moretti, who had fused with German Sparrow's traits. He had become the main body without any beyonder characteristics. Oh. Of course, his self-consciousness and anchors were still resisting the mental imprint of Antigonus' family's ancestor, but compared to before, this was undoubtedly much easier to deal with. Having already adapted to the identity of Antigonus, he quickly found a new balance, delayed the fate of losing control. Although he didn't stop it, he just delayed it. Oh, that's scary. Although this remained unavoidable, it gave him a certain amount of time for his subsequent actions, which is, on the other side, in the spot where Klein's original body was, there was only the Fool's uniqueness, all the Beyonder characteristics from the curtain, and the Beyonder characteristics that originated from Zarathul, the tiny number of Beyonder characteristics which Klein had consumed and digested previously, as well as the awakening of the will of the celestial worthy in heaven and earth for blessings. The remnant mental imprint of Zarathul, as well as the Fool's identity. Okay. And without Klein's self-consciousness, Antigonus' mental imprint, and the large number of anchors involved, Zarathul's remnant mental imprint was quickly destroyed and corroded by the awakening will of the celestial worthy. Wow, celestial worthy in heaven and earth for blessings. And the next second, Klein's main body suddenly fell silent. The collapse of his body digested. The collapse of his body stopped. He lowered his head and stopped extending the slippery and sinister tentacles around him. He was so quiet that he appeared to have lost his soul. In such a scene, the silence was even more terrifying than madness. That frozen body seemed to be giving birth to an extremely terrifying monster. Klein didn't care about what was happening. He quickly grafted the partial connection between him and the main body above the great fog. Then he shifted his target and locked onto Antigonus, who had on a huge stone chair. Without receiving Amon's help, the former half-fool failed to escape from his state of eternal slumber. Klein once again reached out his right hand and stealing the remaining sequence 9-1 beyond the characteristics of the other party. Although he was currently using the identity and fate of Antigonus, it was still difficult for him to complete the theft. Failure was inevitable. What the? At that moment, outside the realm of mysteries created by Sephira Castle, Amon regained his consciousness from the initial chaos. They raised their hands and adjusted their monocles, causing the redness in their eyes to vanish. Others looked down at their stomachs and reached out to they're fucking stroking their stomach. They raised their hands and adjusted their monocles, causing the retinas in their eyes to vanish. Others looked down at their stomachs and reached out to stroke them. Like that. Ah, so gross. A second later, the bulging stomach split open. Ew. The bulging stomach split open, the baby after baby with faint crimson colors appeared. That's fucking nasty. These infants didn't cry, nor were they deformed. All of them took out crystal... All of them took out crystal monocles from the void in the smooth succession and wore them to their right eye. The number of Amons increased. That is so fucking gross, bro. Like, there's no shot this isn't censored. He had converted the babies, which were due, turning them into avatars so as to prevent the corruption of the primordial moon from interfering with him. Okay, yeah, sure. At this moment, our mother and the god of sea machinery had achieved the upper hand to some extent on their respective battlefields. They could finally make use of the small advantage to interfere with the situation inside of the palace. Instantly, a portion of the Mons turned into the plants as they bloomed or bore fruit. Returning to the land, a portion of the Mons became knowledge, information, and words as they ended up imprinted into an illusionary book. However... Hold up. Let me sip my water. Easy, do you know what the characteristic of the martyr pathway is? I don't think I remember it. Is that a joke? Is he trying to is he baiting me? Wiz, I am so confused by your question. I can't even be debated. The stream started like 2 hours ago. Technically 3 hours ago. Since we had like a lot of streaming problems. Alright, let's finish this chapter. However, there was still some Amons who could use Blink, relied on loopholes, or... Oh, wait a sec. You love when my pregnant easy arc appears on the screen. Brings back good memories, right? You know what's crazy? I was so stressed out. I started breaking out, man. Start breaking out acne. So annoying. You skipped the part. Oh shit, let me go back up. I'll read from the babies. Let me reread from the babies since I skipped the part. Let me reread from the part where these new beautiful born babies put on monocles. He had converted the babies, which were due, turning them into his avatar so as to prevent the corruption of the primordial moon from interfering with him. We're good. At this moment, Earth Mothers and God of Steam and Machinery had achieved the upper hand to some extent on their respective battlefields. They could finally make use of this small advantage to interfere with the situation inside the palace. Instantly, a portion of Amons turned into... What the fuck? Instantly, a portion of Amons turned into a plant as they bloomed or bore fruit, returning to the land. Bro, what the fuck, man? Am I reading, bro? Like, this is unadaptable. I genuinely feel this is unadaptable. Like, this is too psychedelic, bro. Like, I don't see how we pull this off. A portion of Amons became knowledge, information, and words as they ended up imprinted into an illusionary book. However, there were still some Amons who had used Blink, relied on loopholes, or from using the deception of the rules to successfully avoid the influence of the two true deities as they continued to strengthen the seal of the magic wishing lamp. In the Turnstone Brass Book, they opened a door in Klein's realm of mysteries. I forgot about the realm of mysteries part. Into the realm of mysteries. At the same time, the angels also noticed the changes in the astral world, but their gazes were unable to penetrate the Earth Mother's natural barrier of the God of Steam Machinery civilization picture. They couldn't see the interior of all. This also meant that even if they wanted to exert influence, there was nothing they could do. Inside of the realm of mysteries created by Sephira Castle, Klein finally succeeded in stealing the Beyonder characteristics of the Antigonus from Sequence 9 to Sequence 1, one that had been digested, okay? Due to the law of Beyonder characteristic convergence, the latter had attracted many Beyonders of the... Whoa, man. The latter had attracted many Beyonders of the same pathway over a long span of history. While turning them into marionettes, he had also absorbed their Beyonder characteristics. Therefore, at that moment, there were still a large number of Seer Pathway Beyonder characteristics left in Antigonus's body, including a Miracle Invoker Beyonder characteristic. The Dark Point of Light quickly merged into Klein's body and fused with him. As he was now Antigonus, and as all the Beyonder characteristics had been digested by Antigonus, his fate of losing control didn't speed up as he maintained his previous progress. This way, Klein had once again become a Sequence 1 Attendant Mysteries. Oh shit, music change, right? I just realized that. I see your message. I remember. Whew! I thought it happened earlier. I got it. I remember. I caught it. I was like, wait a minute. Because the last one, I was like, wait, no, that's not it. Because I don't know if you guys saw me. I was looking at chat when I read that part with his body fell or whatever. And I'm like, wait, is this the part? No. We're playing My Hero music? Playing All for One? Oh, shit. This is the first time we've been listening to My Hero music. No shit. Hell yeah. Apparently the final season is popping off, man. That's kind of crazy. This way, Klein had once again become a Sequence 1 Attendant of Mysteries, one who had already digested the potion with, let me make sure to loop the song, with a fate that pointed towards losing control. Oh man, that's not good. At this point, his original main body raises his head, his eyes dark. However, from this glance, the present Klein's mind instantly slowed. McDonald's music. Oh shit, dude. Why the fuck did that make me laugh so much? My Hero Academia is fucking McDonald's music, bruh. Oh no, what the fuck, dude, that was so fucking funny. No, it's okay. We're back, we're locked and loaded. Restart the song and start again at the main body looking up. Yeah, main body looking up. Oh wow, that got me lightheaded. Your Honor does not have Kami does not have that heat right now. Oh man, I got lightheaded. I know people hate on My Hero a lot, but I liked it. I was reading it since season 1, man. I stopped reading it like a year ago, so I don't even know how it ends. Hold up, let me see. The main body looked up. The dark points of light quickly merged into Klein's body and fused with him. Shit. Let me just read from up here. Let me wait till the song loops. Let me go up a bit. Let me read up here once the song loops. Okay. I'm gonna go up. Due to the law of Beyonder characteristics convergence, the latter had attracted many Beyonders of the same pathway. I need to reread this part because I got kind of confused and we had a good chuckle right now. Long span of history. While turning them into marionettes, he had also absorbed their Beyonder characteristics. Therefore, at that moment, there was still a large number of Seer Pathway Beyonder characteristics left in Antigonus's body, including a Miracle Invoker Beyonder characteristic. The Dark Point of Light quickly merged into Klein's body and fused with him. As he was now Antigonus, and as all the Beyonder characteristics had been digested by Antigonus, his fate of losing control didn't speed up as he maintained his previous state. Okay? This way, Klein had once again become a Sequence 1 Attendant of the Mysteries, one who had already digested the potion with a fate that pointed towards losing control. That's not good, man. At this point, his original main body raised his head, his eyes dark. However, from this glance, the present Klein's mind instantly slowed down as his body turned cold. He almost had no way of resisting it. The powerful will that he was very familiar with began to slowly rise, attempting to influence the Fairy Castle. The Lord of the Mysteries had awakened to a certain threshold in Klein's main body. That's fucking crazy, dude. The Fool had become a truly great existence that was being awakened. It matched the guests of the Terror Club and was in conflict. It matched the guests of the Terror Club and was in conflict with true history. Before Klein's thoughts slowed down, he took initiative to cooperate with Amon and dispel the realm of mysteries, allowing the situation inside to interact with the outside world. He had already fooled history without any problems, just like the first plan he came up with. As for how to end it, he never got a good idea. According to the changes in the situation, the final plan he activated at this critical moment was to not leave himself any way out. What the fuck does that mean? He would go from accommodating the fool's uniqueness to advancing to the true fool. So we skip the accommodating We skip the accommodating part and go straight to advancing to the true fool. In any case, this wouldn't be worse than the previous situation. Well, the previous situation is him just losing control. What the fuck? Why is this chapter called Combining Forces? Dude, I was going to say, the one thing I find sad about the series, the one thing I find sad about Klein, he's really just by himself. Like, yes, I know he can do all these, like, fog of history apparitions of, like, higher deities to, like, help aid him in battle. And, like, I know he gets help here and there, right? But it's like, I find it sad how lonely Klein is in this world. Like it would have been so cool. Like, for example, if, like, Terror Club members were able to advance, like, as quick as him. And they're, like, aiding him in battle, right? To, like, help save him. But, like, he has to keep up this, like, facade of, like, the fool from, like, day one. So, like, you know, like, he can't show this side to them. But, like, I find that sad, right? Like, there's no Terror Club members aiding him in this, like, main fight right now. No, he planned to only accommodate the uniqueness, but now he changed his mind to fully accommodate and advance. Wait, no, back then he said he would have rather stayed, but he has no choice but to advance. Klein just built different, though. Klein is really alone. Rizal also said that. Like, it's just sad, dude. How would they keep... I know, there's no shot they can keep up with him. Too unrealistic if they also advance like that. No, I understand the part, like, there's no shot they can help him. Like, it's GG. They would be dead before even Klein is apparent. Before Klein might apparently be dead at the end of the series, because that's where I feel like this is going. But it's like, I find it sad that's like, I feel sad for him that he's so lonely in this fight. But like, I know he can always do like a fog of history apparition, and to like some extent it is them, but still, who needs attachments? Be alone. I'm so Sigma, truly Sigma. It's sad, man. What the fuck? Oh man, let's keep reading. It's so fucking sad, dude. 142. Oh my god, man. I don't think these videos are... Oh my god. Please. Oh my god. I gotta leave in an hour and 40 minutes. I have an hour and 40 minutes to finish 2 chapters and somehow render the videos and upload it. I might be crazy stupid and just to save time, upload the 1 chapter by itself and then upload this part together. Quick question, who fought who? Let's see if it just... So it's like, Amon is trying to like steal and graft all this shit from Klein, but then like at the same time, Klein is like stolen this fucking tug of war with like Celestial Worthy, but then he's like antagonist, but then like he's not, but he is, and it's like dude, this fight is just 20, 30, 23, 20 here. Oh, it's late for you? Oh shit. Yeah, no one can take same position as Klein, so no one can... Yeah, it's like no one can help, and Cuttlefish is also... And wait, the Cuttlefish... Cuttlefish is also awakening. And he's already half... Oh, yeah. And the Celestial Worthy is already, like, half awakened in his main body, which is... So, and then the main... Just to be sure... Not Cuttlefish, not CF, I mean CW. So, just to be sure, when he used... explain the part where he made the new body not have any of the characteristics and then did it again? Was that to alleviate him losing control? Because if he doesn't have any characteristics, he wouldn't necessarily lose control. Is that why he did that? That's why that happened, right? Damn. I'm sorry for you. I feel bad for you guys. Don't worry. We're gonna get a lot of sleep after this stream. There's gonna be a good little gap. There's gonna be like a 12-hour gap. 14 hour gap before the next stream. Next stream is up in we go live in 15 hours. Finale's in 15 hours, just so you guys know. Okay, wait, so explain that part. That's to cut off the link between him and the main body. He is antagonist right now, while the main body has Klein's characteristics, and that's why they split. Okay. Huh? Crazy as damn it. You guys are on different time zones. That's crazy, dude. I'm the same Romero. Damn, that's crazy. I'm sorry for all the different time zones. I wish we were all in the same time zone, you know? Like, if the world was flat, then we would technically all be on the same time, right? Right? I feel like that's how you justify it. Sad can't show up to the next stream. Bro, wait, actually, Romero, I'm not even gonna lie. I will go live after your test. If you want us to go live after your test, I will go live after your test. I saw this one video where somebody literally flew him out to Antarctica where, like, there's always sunlight because there's that one point where there's usually always light. And he's like, wow, flat Earth is wrong. Like, wait a second. Okay, I'm down, Romero. Tell me what time your test ends, and I will go live after your test ends. You told me right now what time it is in your end, and I will convert it right now on my end. And we'll edit the stream just to make sure. Cause I got you, bro. Ain't no way you came back and you're gonna miss it. No. I got you, brother. I got you, brother. That way, a lot of us have time to fix our sleep schedules for the finale. Yeah, no. Romero gets all the plot armor. This man literally built our Discord server. I can't do him like that. I can't make him miss it just because I want to go live early. I can't do that to him. No, I can't do that to him. You tell me what time your test is over. I got you. I got you, bro. You tell me. Let me finish this chapter and I got you. I got you. Look, tell me ETA. My test, just tell me this. My test is over in 18 hours or my test is over in 24 hours. Oh, shit. I'm stalling. Yes. Thank you for pointing that out. PST 1 a.m. My test ends. Oh, shit. Wait a sec. Wait. Hold up. 1 a.m. Wait. So your test ends. Wait, I can't go live at 2 in the morning. Wait. Oh, wait. That's the following day. Shit. 24th of November? Oh, shit. Oh, so we'd have to push stream by a day? Are you guys willing to push stream by 1 day? Are you guys willing to push stream? We can push stream by 24 hours. Cooked? Official to him now. I know. We doing final on Monday? Do what we want. You know what? I will do a poll. Once we're done with this stream, we will do a poll, Romero. We live in a democracy. We're going to leave it up to the community. We're going to leave it up to everybody watching. We'll do the poll. What would it make you choose between Romero present or me present to do music changes? Wouldn't it be funny? Switch roles. Do it for Romero. We got to do it for Romero. We got to do it. And then that way we have enough time for me to update this fucking stream that's been split. Let me make the goal. Okay, let me finish reading the last 2 chapters. Tell me, you know what, Romero? Oh my God. Help me with math here. Tell me in exactly how many hours. Be like in 40 hours. That way I know. So Monday at 12 p.m. PST? 12 p.m. PST. Oh, Monday noon. Oh, yeah, I can do that. Monday noon. Okay, wait, let me read the last 2 chapters and we'll talk about it. We'll figure out the exact time right now. I got you. Back to reading. Sorry. Well, it's okay. This conversation is important. Chapter 1379 is called Combining Forces. The curtain that enveloped the Antigonus Palace instantly vanished. An indescribable aura returned to reality, causing the entire astral world to shake. Outside the world barrier that was covered in cracks, the terrifying, indescribable faces suddenly changed. The invisible barrier began to tremble violently as if it would collapse at any moment. Every continent on the planet within the experienced an earthquake. It wasn't a serious one, just rather obvious. Above the 5 seas, waves surged as if they had encountered a sudden tidal force. Amid the noon sky, the crimson moon suddenly appeared. Its color became extremely saturated and expanded in an exaggerated manner. It was as if it had hung off the roofs of every house. One that had the brown planet, orange planet, oh shit, all of the GOOs. One that had the brown planet, orange planet, scarlet planet, gold planet, and the blue planet lit up at the same time, emitted light of different textures. If one looked down from the cosmos, the entire Earth appeared to be swept up by an invisible storm that trembled in place. This was a slight change brought about by the outer deities' attempt to break the barrier. The aura that floated inside the ancient palace in the astral world had made them collectively recall the terrifying existence Agitated by this, either a result of rage or madness, all of them tried to stop his revival. Compared to them, who were blocked outside of the real world, the first to react was the magic wishing lamp in the pocket of Klein's main body. The sticky pale golden light penetrated through the Amon's enhanced shield, turning into a blurry and distorted figure. The sticky pale golden light penetrated through the Amon's enhanced shield, turning into a blurry and distorted figure. It stretched out its arm and pulled the turnstile brass book into its palm. The rules that were written previously had all disappeared, and a new article immediately formed. Resurrection of deceased is prohibited here. A faint grayish-white fog flashed and a familiar text appeared in front of this rule. All the following rules are ineffective, even though he hadn't really resurrected and had yet to absorb the full uniqueness and the 2 Sequence 9 to Sequence 1 seer pathway beyond her characteristics. The celestial worthy in heaven and earth for blessings in Klein body could also control Sephira Castle and use its status to direct its powers. At this moment, his existence and the fog of history had completed their interactions. Fragments of light began to distort as they merged into one, sometimes breaking apart, unable to completely form a piece of history. A sense of self-conflict appeared in that piece of... I don't get this part, wait. A sense of self-conflict appeared in that piece of history. True history cleared involved the prehistoric? What? True history clearly involved the prehistoric human soul. Klein Moretti disguised himself as the Fool and established the Terror Club. He became stronger one sequence at a time and eventually reached the level of a true Fool. What the fuck is happening? However, the present history was that Mr. Fool was a great existence that awakening the celestial worthy in heaven and earth for blessings from ancient times. He had finally awakened. Oh man, that's not good. At that moment, although the rule restriction put in effect by the genie using the turnstile brass book could only be effective for less than a second, only for a second, it still significantly weakened the will of the Lord of the Mysteries inside Klein's main body, as though he had suffered a fatal blow. As for Earth Mother and the God of Steam Machinery, they had given up on interfering with Amon's avatar, as though they wanted this Mr. Error to have the time to deal with the awakening of the Lord of the Mysteries. However, they who clearly had some power to spare didn't attempt to affect Klein's main body, but continued suppressing the primordial demoness and the hidden sage. The subsequent attacks and interferences, I completely forgot the hidden sages in this whole mess too. The subsequent attacks and interferences from the latter two were no longer intense, as if they were waiting for an outcome. To them, the resurrection of the Lord of the Mysteries was achieving their goals. Music changed at the end of the chapter. And the strange sound of the void shattering and decaying, sword that was covered with the light of twilight slashed through the dome. Okay. Whew. Okay. Fuck, let me read that one more time. And the strange sound of the void shattering and decaying. Strange sound, void, shattering, decaying. Strange sound, door, shattering, strange, shatter, decay. I need to remember the 3 keywords. Shatter, decay, void. Shatter, decay, void. Once I read those. Produce a pillar as quickly as possible and prevent the entities that had animosity towards them from becoming the Lord of the Mysteries. In addition, the pathways that they were in didn't belong to the 3 pathways. They were controlled by the Lord of the Mysteries. Furthermore, they didn't have any feuds or conflicts of interest with the other party. Bro is studying. Amon, who was no longer affected, immediately changed his target and focused most of his attention on Klein's main body. There was no need for any explanation. They clearly knew that this was their greatest threat. Without any hesitation, the Amons raised their right hands at the same time and gently squeezed it, seriously stealing the effects of the eternal daytime from their target. However, the Amons didn't give up influencing Klein. Without their numbers, they split off a small number of members and looked at Klein, who was currently a Sequence 1 attendant of the Mysteries. Furthermore, Klein also bore the identity of Antigonus. He has so many fucking identities, personas, and shit going on in him, man. Klein is going through a lot, man. This dude's having like a fucking existential crisis. The molecules of these Amons suddenly lit up. Using the authority related to doors, they moved Klein out of the real world and into the cosmos. In the dark and vast universe, Klein's figure appeared. Then it instantly became thin, turning into a paper figurine. The paper figurine first had its belly bloated before giving birth to a paper boy. Then it rapidly rotted into dust. Klein had used grafting the paper figurine substitutes to block the attacks of the Amons. At the same time, the other Mons had succeeded in stealing the effects of the Eternal Daytime from Klein's main body. However, in the next second, the effects of the Eternal Daytime were once again stolen. This was the Lord of the Mysteries' control over powers for his pathway. Even though he has yet to fully revive, he had already begun this process. Amon's eyes flicked as he was immediately gave up on Klein and focused on these matters. Most of them continued to steal the effects of the Eternal Daytime and resist the Lord of the Mysteries, while a small number of them locked onto Antigonus, who was sitting on a huge stone chair. They began to steal the other party's state of eternal slumber. In addition, all the Amons had dispelled and strengthened the seal and even weakened them. Klein, who was no longer being attacked by Amons, similarly didn't counterattack. His attention was focused on the main body. The awakening of the Lord of the Mysteries was the biggest problem. And how the fuck do we stop this? At that instant, the illusory mark appeared on Klein's glabella. It was a strange door of light that was stained with hints of bluish black. It constantly emitted a faint grayish white fog. I don't know what Eternal Daytime does. No. What does it do? Klein began to snatch control over Sephira Castle from the Lord. Wait, so Klein began to snatch control over Sephira Castle from the Lord of the Mysteries. Fucking, the fact that we're doing this, like, the fact that we're going off against Title Drop, right? Klein began to snatch control over Sephira from the Lord of the Mysteries, so as it would be so easy for him to make use of the level and power. And with the Lord of the Mysteries not fully resurrected and having yet to accommodate the fool's uniqueness and the corresponding bionic characteristics, he could effectively reduce his strength, allowing his failure rate to increase significantly and for the effects to be inferior. With his addition, with his control over Sephira Castle, the fooling received by the Turnstone Brass Book immediately weakened. The chances of Amon's theft also increased. Wait, why are they increasing? With his control over Sephira Castle, the fooling received by the Turnstone Brass Book immediately weakened. The chances of it weakened. The chances of Amon's theft also increased. And the forsaken lands of the gods, at the foot of the giant shadow formed by the ancient sun god on the surface sea, was also covered in colors. Words written in the most ancient language quickly appeared. The revival of the Lord of the Mysteries fell due to many interferences, with this sentence forming as Klein fought for control over Sephira Castle. The Amons once again stole the effects of the Eternal Daytime. Wait. They stole the effects of the Eternal Daytime effects that had augmented the Lord of the Mysteries. Elsewhere, they had also stolen the Antigonus state of eternal slumber. Bro, man, this is Klein's Moretti versus name of the series. What the means of for real, guys? Everybody saying for real. What happened? For real? Everyone is jumping cuttlefish. Oh my god, I said cuttlefish again. Everyone is jumping celestial worthy the moment he opens his eyes. Even the GOO shat themselves. When you put it that way, even the GOO shat themselves. It's from the ruin of gods in the Sonia Sea. It makes the high sequence beyonders lose control, which here will make the celestial worthy resurrect. That way, when Amon stole it from Klein, Cuttlefish stole... Oh my god, I keep saying Cuttlefish, man. I keep saying CF. I'm going to read this again. It's from the ruins of gods in Sonia Sea. It makes high sequence beyonder lose control, which here will make celestial worthy resurrect. That's why when Amon stole it from Klein, CW stole it back so he revives. Cuttlefish is that scary. Explanations for the Eternal Daytime effect. Thank you. Everyone fighting agreed. Fuck you, but fuck CW more. Fuck you, but fuck that bitch more. Long story short, oh my god, man. It's like, there has to be, between the 50 to 60 of you guys here, there has to be at least someone that also was a little confused, right? Whew. I know music change is coming up soon. Fuck. I remember the word void. Void, shattering. Fuck, I forgot music change. I'm not coping. We never cope. Never have we ever. Fuck, I'm forgetting music change. Strange sound of the void shattering decaying. Void shattering decaying, I remember. Without any hesitation, the Amons transferred the state of eternal slumber to Klein's main body and gifted it to the Lord of the Mysteries. The ancient existence aura immediately fell silent, but it quickly rebounded. At this moment, the corresponding text appeared on the weekly sealed Turnison brass book. Resurrection of the deceased is prohibited here. Suddenly, the terrifying will in Klein's main body rapidly weakened, producing a strong urge to fall asleep again. However, this will was so powerful that even after a long period of time, it was unable to completely wear it down. Under these two restrictions, it was still tenacious and slowly recovering. It was also attempting to use tampering and fooling to get out of the predicament. Klein sensed that the other party was using Sephiric Castle power, so he immediately focused and interfered. At the same time, the Evernight goddess who was floating above the ancient palace slightly relaxed her control over Amon's true body. Man, Evernight coming in clutch. She pulled back the bird-shaped golden accessory and aimed its head downwards. Inside the bronze eyes of the bird-shaped golden accessory, illusionary layers of doors surged out, allowing a drop of colorless water that had a strong aura of stillness drop out of Clyde's maid body in the ancient palace. This was a drop of river water from the river of eternal darkness. While the Evernight goddess was doing this, Amon's actual body attempts to escape by opening doors also tactically slowed down. The drop of water plummeted at an extremely fast speed. The natural barrier formed by the Earth Mother at the portrait formed by the god of steam machinery simultaneously pulled back to give way from it. With a smack, the river water of the river of the eternal darkness accurately dripped onto Klein's head and silently entered. The aura of the Lord of the Mysteries, which was slowly growing, immediately receded. It stopped its fluctuations and fell into a state of eternal slumber. The Evernight... Why was I thinking the same thing? So we had some Evernight bathwater, is that what it was? However, this condition wasn't very stable, as if it could be broken at any moment. At this moment, the Evernight goddess' empty hands pulled out a gigantic sword from the void. The sword's surface was covered with orange-red light as it extended to the dawn of light, the aura of decay. This was the symbol of the Twilight Giant. The Evernight goddess' arms that was covered with a short black fur extended, striking down the exaggerated sword. She had always kept the same energy as though prepared to deliver this moment. In the strange sound of the void shattering and decaying, the sword that was covered with the light of twilight slashed through the dome of the Antigonus. Oh shit! Wait, void. I read it right. Caught it. Sorry. I had like a 1 second buffer there. Whew. Sorry. I had a buffer. I caught it. Okay. Back to this song. No, we're good. We caught it. Sorry. I caught it. How far was it? I caught it. Put the volume up. How's the... I think the music get louder. That's the last music change? Okay. Thank God. Woo! Woo! All right, I was a little all over the place today, huh? However, let's reread this part since we did the music change. However, this condition wasn't very stable, as if it could be broken at any moment. At this moment, the Evernight goddess' empty hands pulled out a gigantic sword from the void. The sword's surface was covered with orange-red light as it extended to the dawn of light, the aura of decay. This was a symbol of the Twilight Giant. The Evernight goddess's arms that was also covered with short black fur extended, striking down the exaggerated sword. She had always kept some energy as though prepared to deliver this moment. In the strange sound of the voice shattering decaying, the sword that was covered with the light of twilight slashed through the dome of the Antigonus palace, causing the hanging corpses to drop to the ground. Right on the heels of that, it struck Klein's main body, which had yet to escape the state of eternal slumber. The portion of the awakening of the Lord of the Mysteries rapidly vanished, and the body began to wane uncontrollably. It broke down along with the fool's uniqueness. Wait, it broke down? It broke down along with the fool's uniqueness and the two sets of sequence 901 bionic characteristics in his body. Oh, he has two sets. And the two sets of sequence 9 through 1 bionic characteristics in his body, they also collapsed and gathered together. Upon seeing this, Klein followed his plan without any thought. He used Sephiric Castle to pull down a quarter of the fog of history and envelop it. Amidst the grayish white fog, the fool's uniqueness and the beyonder characteristic fully converged. They frantically absorb the fog of history around them, turning into a shapeless and dark liquid. This blob of liquid stretched out as though it was forming a strange translucent hooded cloak, or a person whose internal organs and flesh were emptied out. The fool's potion. The Amons reached out their right hands at the same time in a bid to steal the potion. What the fuck? What? What? Is that... And it just manifested? Klein followed the plan without any thought? Let me reread this. What? No, she didn't do that. Then why the oh my god, why would the full potion appear? The frantically absorbing the fog of history around them, turning into a shapeless and dark liquid. What? What kind of fucking plan is this? Oh shit, we need miracle food. That's what we fucking need, man. Bro needs some brain food. We need a fucking miracle potion, or we need something. God damn, what the, bro? It's like, how the fuck does Cuttlefish think up of, like, bro, how does he sit up and be like, ah, yes, this is what I'd like to do today? Like, how does he come up with this? Like, bro, dude, there's, what? Like, oh my god, it's so hard to follow. So that happened, okay. Am I tripping now? Did that actually happen? No, not Rip Klein. Why the fuck will the fuck? That has to be part of the plan, right? There has to be some like 4D brain move strategy thingy majiggy right here. The Fool's Potion. Amon reached out their right hand at the same time in a bid to steal the potion. Alright, this is gonna be the last chapter for today. Whew. Let me read your message before we start. 157. Oh shit. Timestamp. Let me read your message. Okay, let me read your messages. Let me take out my earbuds, read your messages nice and slow. Evernight killed Klein, so the characteristics would precipitate and precipitate and converge to create the potion that Klein could take to advance. Bro needs to make a deal with the opposite of the reading comprehension. I know, I need to make a deal, dude. Read clown chat. Get ready, raw. Is a sequence 2-1 characteristic together with the uniquenesses plus a quarter. Oh, I picked up on. I didn't pick up on that. Well, she did say pick up a quarter of the fog of history. Plus a quarter from the fog of history. That is a it's the supplementary ingredient. Damn it, that was like on the nose. Thank you guys. Wait, it gets explained in the book later. No, does he have to know now? Damn. Holy shit. Two sequence, not sequence 2. He needs to revive with his own characteristics, so she killed him. So he can revive. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Woo! Alright. We're good. I'm following. I'm not lost. Alright. Let me message the missus. Picking you up in an hour. And we gotta go. Oh shit. She texted me bae. Cause she's out right now. Blah blah. I'll go pick you up later, and we're gonna go watch the movie. Yeah, no, I'm gonna stop at 80 instead of 81. Yeah, I'm gonna stop at 80. I was thinking of going to 81, but since I don't want to be low on time, I at least want to like splice the videos. That's why this is gonna be our last chapter, and we're gonna figure out next stream. My last message. So like, we either stream in 15 hours or we stream in a day and like a little bit. Last time I said 80, then chat pushed for 81, so I said 80, 81. But I think I'll stop at 80. Just because by the time I'm reading this, I have an hour before we have to be out. We still push for fuck. Don't do this to me right now, guys. Oh shit. We push for 81. Son of a bitch. Okay, if we push for 81, I can't stream tomorrow because the VOD won't even be up. Oh shit, man. 80 to 81 will be together. 80 is good. Okay. Fuck it. 80 is fine. All right, fuck it. We stop at 80. We're gonna stop at 80. I'm seeing a lot of 80s good. All right, we'll stop at 80. Fuck it. We'll stop at 80. Oh, man, you guys almost gaslit me into reading 81, man. You guys almost caught me there. You guys almost gaslit me. Any is fine. That's why I said both options. They almost gaslit me. No, we don't need to make a poll. Nah, you guys are gaslight me into reading more. No. Fuck the democracy. We stop at 80. Yeah, I know. And then we can't even read tomorrow. But that's why I want to like post the video before we read the finale. And I could probably we'll see. No, yeah, but we're still gonna wait. Oh look, Romero. Hold up. Democracy. Hold up. Hold up. Let me DM Romero. It's Romero. Democracy for me, but not for thee. Chapter 1380 is called A Miracle. More than 1,000 Amons each committed theft. With his numbers, as long as he wasn't extremely unlucky, there would always be a few who would have succeeded. Furthermore, the Fool's Potion was ownerless, so it wasn't difficult to steal. While carrying out the theft, Amon removed a particular seal on his body. Whoa, this is the longest fucking chapter ever. What the? This is a long-ass chapter. I've never seen a chapter this long before. Whoa. While carrying out the theft, Amon removed a particular seal on his body, allowing the apprentices of the Marauder beyond their characteristics to release their powers of convergence. This was rather effective towards the Fool's Potion, allowing Amon to increase his success rate to the greatest extent. However, all the Amons ultimately failed. This was because a new rule had appeared on the Turnacent Brass Book. Acts of theft are prohibited here. Okay, that's good. In order to deal with the awakening of the Lord... I gotta take off my earbud lock in 1 sec. I just need to put it low so I can barely hear it. And in order to deal with the awakening Lord of the Mysteries, Amon had weakened all the seals here and helped the Turnacent Brass Book escape the fooling. It could now have a limited number of effective rolls for a brief moment amidst its repeated cycles, but now this had adversely affected them. Seizing this opportunity, the illusionary brand between Klein's brows became more obvious. A faint grayish-white fog gathered around him, forming a thin cocoon. He activated Sephira Castle with all his might, together with the Attendant of Mysteries beyond her characteristics. He created an extremely powerful convergence effect on the Fool's Potion. The black liquid that didn't have a fixed form seemed to be a starving beast that saw food. It immediately pounced onto Klein. Damn. It kept extending and changing like a translucent skin, wrapping Klein's inside. Klein's face appeared underneath this liquid. His facial features were sometimes distinct, sometimes blurred, sometimes distorted, sometimes blank. In the Forsaken Lands of the Gods... Oh shit, now we're in the Forsaken Land of the Gods. In the Forsaken Land of the Gods, under the giant shadow formed by the ancient sun god, words in the most ancient language rapidly took form on the illusionary surface of the sea that contained all possible colors. Antigonus' efforts at advancing to the Fool ultimately failed due to various reasons. The reason why this existence that once dominated the entire planet didn't use Klein Moretti's name was that he was now carrying the identity and fate of Antigonus. If the subject in the sentence had been the former name, then Klein could completely ignore it. What had Klein Moretti failed advancement got to do with the Antigonus becoming the Fool? But when the subject became Antigonus, it was like a prophecy, as if it was an arrangement that had the outcome already be decided. Such a sentence could make the situation turn very grim. If Klein didn't give up on it... Whoa. If Klein didn't give up on Antigonus' identity and fate, he would be restricted by those two words. If he gave up Antigonus' identity and fate, then the sequence 9 through 1 beyond her characteristics in his body would no longer belong to him in the true sense of the word. It's no longer Klein, it's Antigonus. He never digested them before. They were the beyond her characteristics that Antigonus once controlled, so it was never his. At present, it has nothing to do with Klein. All he did was forcefully devour them. Yeah, my voice was cracking. Under such circumstances, even if there was no other factors, just the undigested beyond her characteristics would likely cause Klein to lose control on the spot. And consuming the fool's potion in such a state and completing the advancement rituals was without a doubt impossible. Whoa. I'm feeling it again. It's like creeping up, man. As the ancient sun god wrote this sentence, the eternal blazing sun, the lords of storms, and the god of knowledge and wisdom who were situated in the astral world sensed something. Each of them launched the most intense of counterattacks in an attempt to interfere with the other party's actions. However, even though a large portion of his energy was spent restricting the three true deities, making it rather difficult, the ancient sun god quickly completed the sentence. However, his giant shadow embodiment dimmed as though he was unable to maintain it for too long, and the astral world within the floating ancient palace, in the battle that pitted the Earth Mother and the god of sea machinery against the primordial demoness and hidden sage, the situation became even more intense. However, the former two were still able to divert a certain amount of strength to affect Amon's avatar, preventing them from destroying Klein's advancement ritual. The Amons were forced to blink everywhere, but some of them still turned into plants, so he's still being attacked, blooming and bearing fruit before returning to the land. Others collapsed into words as they were imprinted into illusionary books. That's so weird. Apart from that, a large number of them were strengthening the seal, limiting the turnstile brass book, preventing the rules in it enacted from being effective, or to be effective for only an instant. Under the influence of these three factors, even with Amon's numbers, it appeared to be insufficient. But even so, a small number of them managed to seize the opportunity to make a crystal molecules and similar circular symbols reflect Klein's figure. In the next second, the molecules and circular symbols emitted pure light. This wasn't theft, but the act of returning things. At this moment, Amon's decision was to return an item that he had formerly... So if he's returning it, he's technically not stealing it. At this moment, Amon's decision was to return an item that he had formerly stolen from Klein. It was Klein's thoughts of suicide. But when Klein was captured by Amon and brought to the Forsaken Lands of the Gods, he had tried on many occasions to commit unaliving but failed to succeed. He had such thoughts stolen by the other party. At the critical moment... Wow, we're only a third through the chapter. That's crazy. At the critical moment of his advancement, once he had the intention of committing unaliving, the outcome could be imagined. At that moment, Klein was tightly enveloped by the Fool's Potion, felt his thoughts turn chaotic and wander. His hair spread out as he felt extremely cold. Sticky liquid slowly invaded him. Then he had the thought of committing unaliving and giving up. This was a change that Klein had never expected. He had long forgotten how Amon had stolen his thoughts of committing unaliving. Furthermore, he didn't expect that not only was the other party unwilling to abandon these thoughts, he had even kept them carefully. If it were any time in the past, this thought might have been strong, but Klein could still use his self-control to resist forcefully, suppressing it until it dissipated on its own. It would be akin to dealing with nasty thoughts. But now, he was in the midst of an advancement ritual. He was being influenced by the potion, and his mind has lost its stability. He was unable to effectively suppress the thought of committing unaliving. The Amons always had various strange but rather effective methods. Fortunately, Klein wasn't only Klein, but also Antigonus. Oh my god, he's a 2-in-1. What relationship did Let me walk it back. What relationship did Klein Moretti's thoughts of committing unaliving have to do with Antigonus? I don't know. With this level of knowledge from the additional identity, Klein didn't immediately give up and end his life. He pulled the Antigonus mental imprint in his body and mixed it with the idea of unaliving, barely suppressing it. Under such a balance, Klein's mind and body were further corroded by the fool's potion. His thoughts were the same as he had advanced to attend to the mysteries, completely dispersed. But the differences was that he didn't fuse with the spirit world this time. Instead, he continued to extend and envelop the entire... How? Is he enveloping the entire planet? But the difference was that he didn't fuse with the spirit world this time. Instead, he continued to extend, enveloping the entire planet, the entire spirit world, and the part of the astral world like a Gaius body? I cannot read that word. What? At that moment, I'm out of breath, bro. This is hard to follow. At that moment, Klein felt that he was in the bodies of different believers, and every human's body and every animal's body and every living being, everything had godhood in them. So it's his thoughts, not the body. Okay, thank you. That makes... Oh my god, thank you. Thank you, Cammy. Wait, I know you guys are also adding me. Hold up, I didn't read your other messages. I got you guys. I feel like I'm losing control. At the same time, he was still scattered within the fog of history, scattered through the fleeting time, and scattered inside the silent flow of the river of light with multiple distributaries. Oh my god. One was also infinity at the level of godhood. An experience like this made Klein's thoughts were away even further, as though all that was left was a coldness that looked down on everything. Even this coldness was dissipating slowly. It wouldn't be long before Klein had completely lost himself and was led by the various mental seals in the Fool's Potion, becoming a true monster. This coincided with the Antigonus's crazy fate, allowing the latter to accelerate. At this moment, he felt something off. It was unharmonious, unnatural, and abnormal. In the fog of history, there was a small number of light fragments twisting and distorting, unable to take form. It was as there was a fundamental conflict between them. They gradually separated, breaking out into different branches to record the different contents, allowing the twisting to achieve the initial state of... Wow, we barely passed the halfway point of this chapter. God damn. They gradually separated the breaking out into different branches to record the different content, allowing the twisting to achieve the initial state of recovering. Being imbued into everything, Klein's mind was thrown out. Due to the tiny disharmonious abnormality, he found some aspect of self-awareness again. With this self-awareness as the core, he quickly gathered his scattered mind and guided the fusion process between them, the Fool's Potion and his body. But at this moment, the fate of Antigonus losing control, thanks to the ancient... Oh my god. What? I remember this part. But at this moment, the fate of Antigonus losing control, thanks to the ancient sun god's prophecy, erupted early. Klein's body collapsed once again and unable to withstand the Fool's Potion. Oh my god, bro! I need to go back and listen to the VOD tomorrow. We're not reading the finale tomorrow because I need to digest this, bro. I need a 1 day buffer to understand what the fuck I'm reading, because I'm not gonna understand this with just one sleep. You know, I'm not gonna be able to sleep on this, wake up and be like, oh, I get it. I need like a 1 day buffer to listen to the stream when I'm not live and be like, ah, yes, I get it now. Without any hesitation or having the luxury of time to hesitate, Klein immediately removed a portion of theft effects and returned to Antigonus his identity, fate, self-awareness, allowing him sitting on the huge stone chair to slowly open his eyes. More slower, I got you. The dazed Antigonus gradually regained his clarity of mind. He didn't immediately lose control because the main reason he lost control was that the Lord of the Mysteries' will had awakened to a large extent, and now the full uniqueness and most of the beyond characteristics that contained a portion of the will was no longer in his body. Therefore, Antigonus could use his own will to resist the madness and try to stop the fate of losing control. The prophecy of the ancient sun god came true. Antigonus really failed to advance the sequence 0 of the Fool. He failed. And without his identity, the sequence 9 and sequence 1 beyond the characteristics of the seer pathway in Klein's body turned into something that he hadn't digested. What the fuck did it turn into? This threw him to the edge of losing control immediately. The fool's potion that wrapped around his body like a cloak instantly completed the act of seeping through the will of... Oh my god, my eyes are twitching, bro. My eyes are actually twitching because it's like, what? Fuck, I lost my place. This is going to be streamed. I found my place. The sequence 9th and sequence 1 beyond the characteristics of the seer pathway in Klein's body turned into something that hadn't digested. This threw him to the edge of losing control immediately. The fool's potion that wrapped around his body like a cloak instantly completed the act of seeping through. The will of the celestial worthy in heaven and earth for blessings was awakened once again. Give up. Leave everything to me. This time I won't accommodate another Sephira. I won't help you protect... Who is saying this? I won't help you protect the living creatures you wish to protect, but I won't harm them either. It's not that I won't keep my promises, but it's just that they're too weak and not worth my attention. This place is an area that is off limits to outer deities. The unfamiliar yet... It's CW... Oh, I was about to say cuttlefish again. That's the celestial worthy. So they're beneath me. So it's... He's saying, give up. Leave everything to me. I won't break your promises, but I'm not promising anything. Like you're like, everything you're going through is beneath me, and I don't got time for that. Wow. Give up, leave everything to me. This time I won't accommodate another Sephira. I won't help you protect the living creatures you wish to protect, but I won't harm them either. It's not that I won't keep my promises, but it's just that they're too weak and not worth my attention. This place is an area that is off limits to outer deities. Damn! The unfamiliar yet weirdly familiar ravings reverberated at the fact that he's hearing his ravings. The unfamiliar yet weirdly familiar ravings reverberated in Klein's heart, giving him the idea of giving up. And the thought of committing unaliving that he had been... Wasn't that stolen? That he had been suppressed by Antigonus's mental imprint previously surfaced again. Oh, it surfaced again after the balance created by it was lost. The outcome of failing an advancement attempt was about to occur. At this moment, the Evernight goddess who was originally powerless... Man, this guy did a 2-in-1 chapter, bro. This is a long chapter. At this moment, the Evernight goddess who was originally powerless to slash the downwards of the Twilight Sword suddenly gave up on controlling Amon's true body. As Amon's true body leaped out, and just as the avatars waited for Klein to fail the ritual, the goddess once again dragged the exaggerated sword that was covered in orange light. This time, the target was Klein. A thought flashed through Klein's mind as he took the initiative to be controlled by the thought of committing unaliving, not making any attempts to resist. I'm reading it, but I'm not getting it. What? At this moment, the Evernight goddess who was originally powerless to slash downwards with the Twilight Sword suddenly gave up on controlling Amon's true body. She just gave up. As Amon's true body leaped out, and just as the avatars waiting for Klein to fail the ritual, the goddess once again dragged the exaggerated sword that was covered in orange light. What? Why? This time the target was Klein. Bitch betrayed us? Or is that part of the plan? No, that's part of the plan. Nah, she's on our side. No, she's on our side. No. Wait, what? This time she fucking betrayed us. No, she didn't. No, stop saying... No, don't gaslight me. She didn't betray me. She didn't betray me. She would never betray me. She didn't betray Klein. This time the target was Klein. A thought flashed through Klein's mind as he took the initiative to be controlled by the thought of committing unaliving, not making any attempts to resist. With a poof, he was slashed by the symbolic sword of the Twilight, shattering into a rotten body of meat that seeped out beyond her characteristics. She did this for a reason, right? No, she didn't betray us. Klein died. Before the Amons took any sort of measure, he died again. He died twice. He is out of revives. He's been out of revives like 2 deaths ago. Like, what? Klein died before the Amons took any sort of measures against him. He was killed by the Evernight goddess before the ritual failed and before he completely lost control. Oh, but he didn't lose control, so that's good. And the next second, the Evernight goddess... So I guess this was to help him from losing control. No, it's not GG. She killed him so he wouldn't lose control. And the next... How do we come back? Dude, I laugh and my body twitches. What? In the next second, the Evernight Goddess wore the bird-shaped gold... Oh, wait. When someone dies, we bring them back. Wait, this was brought up earlier. Hold up. This... Whoa. And the next second, the Evernight Goddess wore the bird-shaped golden accessory on her head as her body expanded and enveloped the ancient palace. She instantly erased Amon's true body, avatars... Earth Mother, Primordial Demoness, Goddess Team Machinery, Hidden Sage, and all of them. And Antigonus, as though they were erased by an eraser concealment. The ancient sun god seemed to understand what the Evernight Goddess wanted to do, but having already made 2 prophecies, there was no way for him to write a 3rd sentence. He's like, I don't got enough paper to fill in the 3rd sentence. As for the 3 true gods, they continued throwing what they had at him, holding him back. And the next second, a miracle happened. Okay, a miracle. Oh shit, this chapter's called a miracle. He came back. He just came back. Klein returned from the fog. How does he return from the fog of history? The uniqueness of the Fool that had already belonged to him, and the 3 sequence 9 to 1. The 3 sequence 9 to sequence 1 beyond her characteristics rapidly returned to his body. Afraid that he would be disturbed, the genie quickly made use of the Turnstone Brass Book to add a rule. This place is suitable for the return of beyond her characteristics. Suddenly, Klein returned to his previous state of him drinking the... What the fuck? I don't get this. What? This place is suitable for the return of beyond her characteristics. What? He got 4 more revives? Suddenly, Klein... Was that explicitly stated that he got more revives? Suddenly, Klein returned to his previous state of him drinking the full potion. But the thing that was different from before was that back then, his body's pillars of support belonged to Sequence 9 to Sequence 1 beyond the characteristics of Antigonus. Oh, now they're Klein. One he hadn't digested yet, and now the first to return to him was the undoubtedly the digested Sequence 9 beyond the characteristics that once belonged to him. This way, he would have a true pillar of support that could accommodate the Fool's uniqueness and the remaining characteristics. Bro, this is so trippy. Klein was in state that was the same as when he first arrived at the main peak of the Hornicus mountain range. An attendant of the mysteries who had just finished digesting the potion was capable of attempting to advance to Sequence 0 the Fool. By relying on his resurrection, Klein had completely overturned his state. This was the flash of inspiration that had obtained from Brazel's resurrection. Of course, the entire process was different from the resurrection of a Black Emperor. The character that Klein had arranged to kill him was the genie. He never expected that Evernight Goddess, who hadn't discussed this with, would share such a tacit understanding with him. In that instant, his body split apart, turning into a thin gray fog and dark liquid. The gray fog and black liquid blended together, and the countless maggots that resemble the meat tendrils sprouted the surface. Then they interweaved into a translucent dark-colored cloak. There was no body under the cloak. Just darkness? Just empty? No body. There's no physical body. There was no body under the cloak, just darkness. But if he returned to a point where they did belong to him, wouldn't he have his body? There was no body under the cloak, just darkness. Fuck is this? This process was very brief. In less than 2 seconds, the Evernight Goddess concealment of so many deities was clearly unable to last that long. This process was very brief. In less than 2 seconds, the Evernight Goddess concealment of so many deities was clearly unable to last that long. In an instant, a door of light traveled across the surface of the concealed world to an extremely high speed. The door suddenly opened, and Amon, who was wearing a pointed hat and wearing a classical black robe, leaped out. At the same time, he saw an illusory mask with blank facial features appear under the translucent, dark-colored cloak. The mask instantly outlined Klein, who had just fused with German Sparrow's traits. Amon's thoughts turned chaotic as though he had his intelligence for... I feel like my intelligence is being forcefully lowered right now. The mask instantly outlined Klein, who had fused with German Sparrow's traits. What the fuck? So the uniqueness fused with him? Among the thoughts turned chaotic as though he had his intelligence forcefully lowered. The fool was born. What in the actual fuck, man? Oh my god, this is so hard to follow, man. I'm tweaking out, bro. Oh my god, I'm having like an existential crisis, bro. I'm like, I can read, but then I'm like, I read this and I'm like, wait, I don't know how to read anymore, bro. So the fool is here. So Klein is the fool and the fool the Klein. They are one in it of themselves, just like how Adam is a true creator, but they are in and one of them. Oh my god, I am stuttering like fuck crazy. They are one in it of themselves. Right? Just agree with me, right, guys? Right? Dude. Bro, thank you for the gift of subs, bro. Oh my god, 20 gift of subs? Holy fucking shit, bro. Oh my god, holy steaming machinery. Holy shit, dude. Whew. I need a breather. I need a breather. This is a lot, man. This is a lot. Like, this is a lot. Thoughts. It's like the fool. My brother became the fool. Peak laugh aloud. Long story short, my man went from struggling to buy rye bread and like he went from using a gun as a weapon as a seer to becoming a god. Like, what? Brother, what? There's edits? Bro, send the edits, man. You guys got me for like... oh my god, you guys got me for like 15 more minutes. We can talk and chill for like 15 minutes. Holy shit. Anesano, can we get that absolute cinema emo you promised a month ago? Yeah. So like, which one am I adding? Someone just post it on general on the Discord. I will have it up. I'll have it up today. We got so many new members, man. Thank you guys. So many new members are gonna be able to spam the emote. Just tell me which one to spam. We'll make it happen. If you get back when the GP starts, let me know. So, how long do we have until the GP starts, Wiz? It's gonna start in like... Doesn't it start like within the hour? Shit, I'm not gonna be back. I'm gonna have to watch it. I'm gonna have to watch like the VOD tomorrow. Fuck, no, I'm not gonna be able to make it. Shit, man, I'm gonna have to watch like the VOD in the morning or something. I don't want to just watch the highlights. Let me open up Discord. Is there edits or artwork? Let me full screen. Send in general. Alright, I'm saving this. Wait, I'm just DMing the absolute cinema emo to Wiz. That way I can see my recent messages. So that way I can save it on my phone and then crop it and then add it. I got you. Bro, this is good, man. Is there artwork on this? Damn, there are so many guys. Oh, these are beautiful. Wait. There's been so many good recent pictures. There's been so much new artwork recently? Like, what the fuck is going on, bro? Here's the winning art. So what's this whole creator contest thing that's been happening recently? What the fuck? Oh, I need to put chat on screen. One sec. Let me put chat on screen. Oh, I know what to do. Let me go to full screen. Copy paste. Click on chat. Live chat. Paste. Okay. Love L2. You guys want to hear music in the meantime? Okay. Here's the winning artwork for the second creator contest. Can you guys hear the music? Bought this bad boy in Japan. What's up? Wow. What the fuck is this? Was that a spoiler? No, I don't think they're fighting a dragon anytime soon. Oh man, I'm about to cry. Look at the beautiful artwork. What the fuck is this? Oh, you guys can't see. I'm sorry. You guys can't see. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to change scenes. Tunnel vision. Wrong layout. Yeah, I was in the wrong layout. My bad. Man, I am just impressed at how, yeah, sorry, I was in the wrong scene. I'm just, I'm kind of baffled at, how impressive, the complexity is. Bro, you guys can't tell me this is easy to, I get that it's easy to understand after a while, right? But, I think for me, on first read-through, it's I'm like, there is so much going on. And it's crazy, but it's all reasonable. Yeah. So, it's reasonable. Within the established rules and Lord of the Mysteries, it's completely reasonable, understandable, and completely within expectations to happen. But that doesn't mean it's easy for me to understand on first read through. It's it's hard for me to grasp the complexity behind the power systems. It took me 3 rereads to understand it all. Okay. As I'm just saying, man, when I reread the series, I am excited to understand it. I understand when people say this is the best, people I've seen the discussion, this is the best power system, quote unquote, right? Because of its complexity. I get it now. You start at sequence 9, but there's a threshold, right? I'm burping. Once you reach deity levels, it's oh, you remember when we used to use a gun? Oh, that's cute. Well, check this out. And it's what? And then it doesn't help that Amon can just error rationality, or it doesn't help the fact that you can just error the laws of physics, or you can just you can just envision certain things, or you can just graft and conceal all this is reasonable. I get it, but on first read through, reading it out loud and then looking at chat, interacting with you, which is fun and amazing, by the way, I'm I get lost. You cannot fathom the DAO Junior, the DAO. I cannot, man. I'm gonna be like Clown on my third read through. I'll even on my first read through, I'll be like, wait a sec, I don't get it. But dude, I'm getting hot, bro. I'm burning up. It was so cool to me when I read it the first, bro. It's I'm telling you, I read 400 pages at least on my book, on my phone. I'm reading a digital copy on my phone. I read 400 pages out of 1,000 pages of Mistborn, and I'm reading it to myself before I go to bed. I'll read for 30 minutes to an hour, and I get everything I'm reading because I'm going at my own time. It's nice and chill. I'm in a cozy mood, and I get it. And I'm okay, I get it. And it's nowhere near as complex as this, but it's but still 100th read through. I get it now. My ultimate reread was my favorite reread ever. I'm excited to reread it. I'm not even lying. I'm rereading the physical books, and it's just good. I know it's so peak. I was always bored rereading normal novels, but when I read Elotium for the first time, it was an awakening. I understood everything and loved the complexity. You know what's crazy? I completely see where you're coming from in Hinged. I actually dropped Percy Jackson. I was bored a month ago when I wasn't streaming, and I just read half of book 1 of Percy Jackson, and halfway through I just started reading it okay, it's what I remember, but it's the fighting is nowhere near as complex as this, and I'm I need to be like mentally stimulated, you know, if that makes any sense. But then, like, even then, when I read Lord of the Mysteries, it's too mentally stimulating. No fucking way, COI. You guys are fucking lying to me. Is COI actually harder to read? You guys are fucking pulling that out of your ass. There's no way it's actually harder. You guys lied to me. You guys told me it'd be easier to read. You guys told me, well, it's like a reboot, right? No fucking way, yes. Oh, I bookmarked this picture. I saw this on Twitter. This popped on my feed and I looked away quickly. But I assumed this was like from The Last Dance. Oh, what the fuck is this? What are these eyes? Hidden Sage looking at his eyes. I think I saw Milosh post this earlier. Fours? Whoa, what the fuck is this? Madame Dally? Next stream is worse. No fucking way. Next stream is worse. No fucking way. Oh, man. I'll be so fucking burnt. Bro, I'll be so burnt out. Not burnt out. That, like my brain is gonna be, like, fried when I'm done. I'll be like... I already know it, bro. I can, like, as it's been foretold, Easy finishes his last words, and he's like... He just sits down, and he says... This was good, I think, because I was too confused to understand what happened, but I think it was peak. Like, the brain, oh man, I'm not ready. And give yourself like a good 7 hour. There's a lot of chapters. I know. We're gonna be read so slow, man. Next stream is gonna be like an 8 hour stream. We're gonna space, I don't know, maybe not 8 hours, but like we're gonna read slow. Wow. Do we see all the Amon babies? This is canon, by the way. That's canon. I'm probably gonna die from peak fiction. I'm gonna probably read it and be like, all right, I'm going to bed. The Life of Antigonus. Whoa, can I open this? That looks safe, right? What the fuck? Antigonus, 4,000 years. What? Antigonus, 4,000 years. Whoa, that's so weird. So this is like... What? So he looks like Evernight. That's so weird, bro. That's crazy. Let me keep this music looping. I've never read anything like this. Antigonus... Wait. Antigonus, 4,000 years. Arami, tell us your story. What's the name of this flower? Deep Sleep. Not this music? What should I play? Let me just play some Claire Obscure music. Let's just play... Oh, Lumiere. So, Antigonus. Wow, man, look at his arms. What the fuck, man? Well, oh, shit. Is he holding the demonic wolf right here? He's supposed to... Oh, he had a black beard, right? But the artist twinked him out. Ooh, dude, I laugh and my body shakes. That's Amnesis slaughtering the wolves. Wait, what? Evernight? Amnesis? Evernight's real name was Amnesis, right? No, wait. Evernight, right? Amnesis? Oh, she's holding the scythe, right? I never mentioned Antigonus with a beard. I don't know, maybe to see Antigonus with a beard. I don't think I can't see it now. And so Amnesis, the new Knight of Disaster, Amnesis, Flagera is dead. Run, don't turn, run. What? Yes, that's when she got rid of every demonic wolf. The blood of Flagera splashed onto Amnesis. I didn't catch that. Is that a heart? What the fuck is that? Antigonus Antuan, 4,000 years. Hiding is our only chance to survive. Be quiet. Who are these people? These two? Bro, man, this series got really, like, mythical. And I feel like that's been hinted for so long because there's all these mythical creatures, but like the series truly got like mythical. Like it like we went from like fantasy to like an epic fantasy, if that makes sense. She's chill but commits a couple war crimes, just a little bit. This is easy. No, oh wait, I don't know about what. The Wolf of the Hornicus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there's 8 legs. I'm sorry. What city is this? City of the Dead? City of Cosmic Horror? Thank you. It's like you guys have been warming me up. You guys have been, actually, no, you guys have been warming me up. You guys have been telling me, like, yes, the series is cosmic horror, or like it's Cthulhu-esque. And I remember reading in the beginning, right? Like, I don't see the cosmic horror. I don't see the Lovecraftian. And I'm like, wait, I see it now. And now I'm like, wait, there's a lot of it now. And I'm like, oh my God, now it's like, it's everywhere. And I'm like, oh shit, now I'm lost. Read my messages, I'm sorry. 017 was Antigonus's sister that erased Klein at the end of season 2 that we saw a few times throughout the books. Throughout the book. Okay. 017 was Antigonus's sister, and Evernight turned her into a... So why the fuck would she do that? I'm sorry, when was that said? Was that said? If that was implied, I did not pick that up. If it was not verbally stated, read my second last message with the first... Oh shit, I'm so sorry. Hold up, man. Shit. For the... Bro, really want to turn into... Bro, it was explicitly said? How the fuck did I miss that part, bro? Evernight's bro, she is scary. I'm sorry. So like when she killed Klein again, that was part of the plan, right? Evernight got rid of every demonic wolf. It's like she bad. Like she's not just bad. Like she's bad, but she's like bad. Like she's bad. The Wolf of the Hornicus, except KOTOR. Wait, we left KOTOR? Is this KOTOR? We left one? Bro, dude, we can like, I kid you not, Cuttlefish could do a whole spin-off series. I mean, yes, they are demonic for a reason. It's in the title. Fuck, I'm checking time. Fuck. Oh my God, I'm so bad. Oh my God, we're gonna be late. It's okay. This is a hype moment. It's just like, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, like we can like literally do like an entire spin-off series on just like the demonic wolves, or like we can dude, we can literally there's so much lore in LO2M. I'm fucking straight. There's so much lore in this series that like you have bits and pieces, and you can just do like a whole spin-off book. Like, for all we know, Cuttlefish could just do like a whole fucking book 3 on just this. There's so much. We've been asking for previous Xbox side stories. Like, bro, shit. Imagine a whole fucking side story on just everything that went down here. Bro, it's fucking game over. Book on 4 Emperor's War. Dude, I'm shocked. We haven't even like had that. Oh, dude, what the fuck are the side stories about? It better not be Klein getting tea. No matter how beautiful that would be if Klein actually dies. No, man. I need like... I went into thinking these spin-off stories like the War of the 4 Emperors, shit on the chaotic, and like, oh, what are the spin-offs? What are the side stories about? Yeah, but they'll still turn into some shit like Fate, bro. And you know what's crazy? Fate is so easy compared to Lord of the Mysteries. I understand Fate. I know Fate. I know all of Fate. For people that don't know, I am a Fate stan. I've been watching Fate since Fate Zero was weekly, bro. I'll fucking watched Fate Zero weekly, and then from there, it was like I just spiral. And I get it. I understand Fate. Fate, like, and there's people on the internet that like blow out of proportion how complex and complicated Fate is. And no, it's all branching paths, and it's all its own separate shit. And some they kind of interweave and connect, or this character like early easy. Hey, I'm not that ancient, okay? I just watched anime at a young age. I'm still 21. Chill. Uncford, no, I've been watching Fate since I was like 5. So it's alright. But it's just crazy. Man, I can't read sideways, bro. Hold up. I actually gotta stand up. Bethel, Abraham, Ammon, Antigonus, the Tudor Empire. Bro, it's like Roselle would just be. It's like hopefully we do have a spin-off chapter on them, right? For your reading book to nerds. Hell yeah, man. It's fun as fuck. The Penrose Stairs and the land. What the fuck? What does that even mean? She is pain. She is calling me. They're praying. It's whispering in my mind. The Nightland Dreamscape for the 1,000 years. Okay, we looped. Oh my god, bro. Oh man, he a hunk. This man, he looking like a twink. So, I'm sorry, isn't he supposed to have a beard? Where's the black beard? Reminds me of my grandfather reading me books to sleep. Oh yeah, man. Hopefully I've evoked some memories in you guys. Good memories. Where's the beard? There's no beard. They hunked him. They twinkified. And it's not book accurate? No, it's book accurate. I like this version. Yeah, I like the twinkified version. Yeah, this one's pretty chill. I'll take it. Antigonus. Damn. Younger Antigonus? Yeah. Adam raises his head and looked at the asteroid. Hold one sec. I need to turn off my night filter. Give me a sec. It's kind of hard to see now. Adam raises his head and looked at the asteroid, which had been distorted from authority and symbolism. Like, bro, it's like, and then like, it's so funny. It's like there was all these gods going in and out of the fight, or I think they were there the whole time. Sorry, I had a burp. And I'm just forgetting who was involved. Like, Primordial Demoness showed up. Hidden Sage showed up. Adam did this thing. Ammon did his thing. Earth Mother did her thing. Fucking Evernight came in. Bro, it's like, how many fucking gods showed up? And then it doesn't stop there. And then there's Antigonus and the Celestial Worthy, the Fool, fighting over control with Klein. But then the OG Celestial Worthy speaks to Klein like, leave everything to me. And it's like, and then I'm reading all these other fights and like, wait, so what happened with them? And then I'm sorry, didn't we read earlier about 001 and then did we not go back to it? Did we go back to 001? We talked about 001 and I know some people in chat were saying, yo, stop talking about 001. I assume you guys were talking to chat. What happened? What happened with that? Watch the one scene of Klein reading the Hornicus Mountain history in Dunqua? Bro, no, 001 is not important now? How many? Bro, I don't even know what the fuck I can name. In this chapter, Primordial Demoness showed up. Hidden Sage showed up. Earth Mother showed up. God Combat Steam Machinery showed up. But then it also revealed why his name was changed because of Roselle, this and that. And that helped him digest his thing and his ritual. And then God of Knowledge and Wisdom was also there. Fucking Adam just 1v3 these pussy ass little bitches, Sequence Zero gods. Like, bro, they were nothing compared to Adam. Ancient Sun God, they don't got shit compared to him. And there's like Combat Steam. Did I say that wrong? Did he showed up? God of Combat Steam? No, sorry. Combat. Wait. Oh my God. God of Steam and I'm mixing up names, man. You know what I mean. God of Steam and Machinery. You saw Ancient Sun God versus Adam? Wait. No. Combat is dead. No, I know. Sorry. He was impelled by his mother. Wait, no, that wasn't it. He thought he was impelled by his mother. Okay, no, that's right. I meant God of Knowledge and Wisdom. And it's like, my God, it's like literally everybody showed up, right? All the gods except Devil Monarch. Oh wait, who? I don't even remember the devil. Who the fuck is the Devil Monarch now? All the gods except the Devil Monarch for Boiti and the what? Sorry, chat one. Scrolled up. And the Bound God. I don't even remember the Bound God. Who is the Bound God? Sun, Wisdom, and Storm were getting stomped by Adam. Farbuati and Chain God. Bro, it's like. He smiled calmly and said to the shadow behind him, they don't seem to be aware of the reason why I used the visionary in the foundation this time. I've told anyone about the results of this research. It's crazy. I feel like everything that's going on with Adam is just COI shit. Like, I don't see how his story comes to a resolution in like, how many chapters do we have left? Like 13, 14 chapters? Like, I feel like everything that's gonna go on with him, everything with him is like some COI shit that's gonna be fleshed out more. Like, I really feel 14 chapters, bro, like, I feel like within those 14 chapters, we're only scratching the surface of Amon, of Adam. And like, I feel like the rest, dude, I know, man, wow, it's crazy, 14 chapters. Bro, what the fuck? This is crazy. Like, bro, how the fuck does Cuttlefish, like, how did he come up with this? I don't get it. Like, damn. What the fuck? Is there a picture of like the hundreds of pregnant Amons? Is that a thing? Bro, I'm even mixing up seed. Oh my god, that way that's Klein putting on the full mask, right? I know what the fuck this is. No, that is not. Yes, it is. That's Antigonus using the uniqueness, right? This is Antigonus with the uniqueness? Is this Amon? Who the fuck is this? Is that Adam? Who the fuck is this? That's okay, so it was Antigonus. Okay, I caught it. I thought it was Klein at first with the mask, but I know that doesn't make sense. And then I saw the demonic wolf stuff, and I'm like, okay, that's Adam. What the fuck is he? Is he an owl? Bird? Bro, you know what's crazy? When I reread LOTM, I won't be like, I don't remember this. I already know it. I already know I'll be saying shit to myself like, I don't remember this. When the fuck did this happen? Like, I feel like the first half of the book, I'm gonna remember when I'm reading it. Yeah. Like, I feel like after Klein, nah, I feel like the second he became, yeah, I don't know, man. It's like once we start getting to like this higher realm of fights, I feel like that's where I'm like, shit, I'm struggling to follow. Wow, man, this is so good. I fucking love this series. And I know my small ass brain cannot comprehend everything right now, but I know when I relearn all this and truly understand it, I'll be like, God damn, this is one fucking good series. The Fool Was Born. God damn, that is so fucking badass. Holy fucking shit, bro. This series is so damn fucking good. I've never seen this before. What the fuck? The Fool Was Born. Oh my god. Damn. That's making me feel some form of way that's really good. Damn. Easy got done forgetful. I know, man. I got that dumb brain. I know. I'll own up to it. What was the first fight you felt lost? Man, that makes the whole shit when we were trying to stop was it volume 5 when Trissy died? When we went through all like when we went through 5 mausoleums, that makes that fight look easy. I think that was the first time we're like, wait, what? I think during our volume 4 read through, or even then, I think when it became like that battle royale at the end of volume 4-3, when like Sua's hand came out and like the copper whistle, I think that was when I first was getting lost. I'm like, wait, too much stuff is tracking. He was confused in volume 1. No, I wasn't. Was I confused in volume 1? Volume 3 ending? Yeah, thank you. I think volume 3 ending was the first time I got lost. I think there was like at least like one big moment in each volume from volume 3 onwards. Yeah, no. I think even volume 2. No, I was good in volume 2. No, I think I was good in volume 1 and 2. Wow, man. It makes volumes 1 through 4 look like cakewalk, bro. Man, like, man, Klein was really struggling back then. This dude can do anything now. The Fool Was Born, man. This is so cool, dude. Oh my god. This is so good. I got a tear in my eye. Man, I gotta end stream fucking now. Oh my god. One sec. We are not streaming tomorrow. No stream tomorrow. No stream tomorrow. There's no stream tomorrow, man. Because I got to put all this together. And I got to leave in like fucking 2 minutes. Oh, man. I'm going to leave in my fucking... Give me a sec. Let me like speed change. I'm gonna just fucking go out in my PJs, man. Fuck that. I'm already changed. Fuck it, just call it a day. I'm gonna just go out like this. No, it's okay, it's okay. We just gotta change. We're mixing our time. Oh, this is good. God damn. I like artwork that's more realistic. Don't worry, I didn't forget the emote. We're doing the emote right now. I mean, I gotta do the emote on my phone. Dude, my heart is racing, dude. It's like, he's the fool. Like, he did it. He actually, look, I'm not gonna lie. I don't get how, I don't get how that happened. He's like, and a miracle happened. And he like came back. You know what that kind of reminded me of? You know that one meme in Star Wars? Somehow he returned. You know the meme? You know the meme? And somehow Lord Palpatine returned. They're like, what? How? Somehow he returned. I feel like that's what just happened with Clyde. Somehow he returned to the miracle. But I'm like, I'm not gonna lie. I don't get how that happened. Blow off Wiccan and just read L2. I can't, man. It's a movie night. We're having a movie night. I can't blow that off. Look, if I watched Wicked by myself, I would not have liked the movie. But because I watched the first Wicked movie with my missus, I cried. I'm not gonna lie. I shed a tear. I liked the movie, but I think that was like a placebo effect of me liking it because I saw it with my girlfriend. Literally, Zen, thank you. Somehow Klein returned. But that's because I don't understand it. Once I understand it, that there's no point in saying somehow Klein returned because it makes sense how he returned. But like, because I'm confused, I'm like, somehow Klein returned. You need wiki for this? I do need the fucking wiki, but I somehow can't even look at the wiki yet. Because it has apparently, they've, ooh, wow, who is? That's Evernight? What was I saying? I forgot what, oh, so I spoilers. I was like, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, the reason I can't even look at the wiki yet, because apparently there's fucking COY spoilers. That's crazy. Apparently they decided to put the two things together. Son of a bitch. Oh, I've seen this before. I've seen those before. Damn. I gotta go now. But I need to leave, like, now. I can... Fuck it! We got 3 more minutes. We can knock out the artwork. We can knock out the artwork. Oh, man. Like, first we're gonna go get food and eat. And then we're gonna go watch the movie. But still, man. Oh, my God. All his personas. Wow. Oh, my God. So his new persona. He's no longer Merlin. There's no point in him being Merlin because now he's the fool. God damn, man. That fucking, look at that. Zoe Minguri, Klein Moretti, Sherlock Moriarty, German Sparrow, Dwayne Dantes, Merlin Hermes, and the Fool. That is... Who the fuck is the cat? Is that Brody? Is that Cat Klein? Wow. Wow. I think... Oh, stream fucking lagged. We disconnected. No, there's lag. There's lag. Okay. Whew, okay, lag is back. Oh my God. That's the world telling me to end stream now. That's the world literally telling me that, like, yo, bro, you gotta stop streaming. You gotta go. Oh my God. There's so... Oh my God. I'm not gonna get to the artwork. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm looking at the time. We're good on time. We're good on time. But I think that was the world giving me another stream error. Yeah, it's literally a sign. Be like, yo, that's like, yo, you got like a 5-minute grace period. I am, oh my God. I want to set this as my title. I want to set this as my title, my thumbnail. I am breaking it and you're the father. That's the thumbnail right there. We're going to go for like a goofy thumbnail. I'm kidding. Give up. Leave everything to me. Oh my God. What? All right, I've sent all the artwork. Until we meet again. Until we meet again. Until we meet again. What the fuck is this? What? Klein and Evernight sing them on during the apotheoses? During apotheoses? Alright, that's it. Alright, and that's all she wrote, folks. Alright, wait. I'm gonna end the recording. Have an amazing day. Next stream, it's the finale. But I need to talk to Romero for like 1 minute. So we can get the stream time down for Monday. Later, guys. Wait. I can't even end the video. Wait. I need to make sure I have enough space. Hold up. Holy shit. I am so glad I didn't hit stop recording. Okay, thank God. We have like over 400 gigs. We have a lot of space. Okay, we have enough space to end the recording. Later, guys. Peace, and get ready for the finale. I'm excited. I'm also more excited to listen to the video again so I can be like, oh yeah, I get it now. Oh yeah, that makes more sense. Okay, and then that being said, see you guys for the finale later, brothers and sisters. All right, wait, Romero, don't leave yet. Don't wait, brother. My brother of Lord of the Mysteries, do not leave yet. Let me change stream time and tell me if this is chill. You let me know if this is chill. Check this out. Let me change stream time. I am here. Okay. You let me know if this time works. Oh shit. Duplicate stream keys. Hold up. Stream my lag for a bit. Let's edit this. You let me know if this stream time works. So Monday in the morning. Oh wait. Let's do no. Okay. I have refreshed the last stream. Is that time good? Let me know if this time works. Let me know if that time works. Does that time work? I just updated stream. I'm here, LMAO. It's like Roselle and Klein met up. It's like they're here, they're back. Does that time work for Monday? Or do you need more time? Ugh. The next stream. Wait, let me check. Okay. Look, let me even do this. If that stream works, we'll do it. Yeah, what's up? Yes, I can. That stream's good. So we're live in 40 hours. W, I can't. Can I go earlier or nah? Can I go earlier? Can I go like an hour earlier? Is an hour early chill or nah? Can we do an hour early? Because I feel like if I'm going to be reading some, I need more time to digest what the fuck I read. Yes, I can. W, I can. Okay. We'll go an hour earlier. We'll do a little bit earlier in the morning. All right. Fucking shit. I gotta use the bathroom when I should be leaving. God damn, man. My girl's gonna kick my ass. Worth it. All right. We restarted stream. We're gonna go. It's the middle of the night, easy. I know. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. All right. You guys gotta call out. You didn't hear from me, but you guys are gonna have to call out, okay? All right. I'm gonna end stream. God damn, man. This light was fucking bright as fuck. Oh my God. I gotta go. Thanks for the streams, man. I'll see you soon. Don't worry. Shadow Slave will return after we are done. You know what? I might read some Shadow Slave tomorrow. All right. Later, guys. You know what? I'll reach out. We're reading Shadow Slave tomorrow for like an hour. All right. Later, guys.